All right, guys, welcome to Focus Cup number 2. We are so excited to get this tournament going, but first we have just a few things that we need to go over.
Awesome, yeah. So in this first group stage of matches, you guys are competing in your group in Swiss style format. That means after you win a match, you're gonna play against someone who already won. If you lose the first match, then you're gonna play against someone who lost the first match, and so on and so on. So you're gonna be playing these matches. The first matches are just one game of 3 stocks, 7 minute. That's your first games for this stage of the tournament. After this stage is done, we're gonna be going to a final cut, which will be the top 16 people, and in that final cut, we'll be doing best 2 out of 3. Now, as we go through our competition, you guys will see up top, we have Station 1, Station 2, Station 3, Station 4. That will show who's up at that station. Now, we will also announce your name, so just be ready to go at any moment to start playing. Now, in between matches, you're welcome to grab snacks, stay by the friendly, any of the other consoles in the back, watch any of the matches. Just make sure that you stay in this room. We do have bathrooms out there if you need to. And then once we get into the matches, you're gonna be selecting the tournament select, and that doesn't give you the option of selecting stages. We are on random stages. We're using the standard map rule set. If there's anything at all, just go ahead and talk to anyone that has a staff badge on. Now, we are also, on every match, you're gonna see at the group station, there is an iPad that has the current matchup. And on that iPad, after your match is done, you're just gonna click the name of the person who won. And if you accidentally click the wrong name, it's okay. You can go ahead and just select what was the correct name and fix that. I don't know what you guys are saying. But yeah, so we're gonna get started here in just a second with all the matches. But just make sure this is a family-friendly tournament, so we want to make sure no one's using any foul language. We're staying really fun. After each matchup, make sure give your competitor a fist bump, say good game. We're kind of encouraged. We got all the way down to 2nd grade, all the way through people in their 30s competing. So wide age range are gonna be having a lot of fun at this tournament. Are you guys ready to start the Focus Cup number 2? Yeah.
All right, we got a good group. You guys look pretty good from up here, so I'm excited about what this is gonna be. We've got the Twitch chat rolling as well, so we're super excited. Just make sure you're paying attention. The second you hear your name, get to your station so we can get through this first round so we can get closer to crowning a winner.
So the first matchups, we're going to start assigning them right now. Remember, go to our Twitch link as well. Yes. You got that.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Focus Church as well if you want to watch on there. We've got some people already in the chat. It's going to be a fun time.
Oh, awesome. We got our first matchup over at Station 1. It is Gavin versus Jatavian. Sorry if I mess up your name. I don't know everybody's name. You guys are starting at Group 1. And then at Group 2, it is a battle of the Joshes, Joshua Keller versus Josh Brown.
Oh. Okay. Yep. All right, there we go. We have our third matchup. If we can get Luke and Chris. Luke G versus Chris Z on station number 3. And at station 4, we need Nate and Beckett. Nate and Beckett. Go ahead and get set up on station 4. This Josh versus Josh battle is already talking about getting random characters going into the first match of this game. This is already silly. So gonna be some good fun. Yeah, as soon as the 2 people playing are ready, y'all can go ahead and get started. We'll be showing some games up on the screen. It's gonna be a good time.
Once the matches are over, the result's gonna pop up on the screen, and then the next match will show up. But we're gonna get started over here at Group 3. We got the first matchup going. Guys, let's make some noise for the competitors that are competing right now. The first matches of the night.
Yeah, we got Luke and Chris with the Bowser versus Little Mac battle. Little Mac is going ahead and taking the lead. That's Luke. See what Chris can do with his Bowser, see if he can do anything against Little Mac. He does have a better recovery here, back on the stage.
If you're live with us, you can see what match we're watching currently. on the TV below us as you're waiting for the next match.
Yeah, so let us know who you want to win in the Twitch chat. Even if you're here in the audience, be active in the Twitch chat. There we go. We see the first stock of the tournament lost right there. Luke taking out Chris for the first stock. As we continue to watch this battle, his KO is charged and ready to see if he can use it without missing. Right, there we see Chris starting to get the hang of it. There we go. Ties it up, stocks without losing much damage. Here we go.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty close match to start this out.
This one's been fun to watch so far. Two heavyweights going at it with Bowser and Little Mac. This is also the first time we've ever seen Chris. Luke was here in the last tournament, so we know a little bit about him, but Chris playing in his first Focus Cup.
Now, let's check out what's happening over at Group 1. Over at Group 1, we have Datavian versus Gavin. It looks like Gavin is down a stock right now.
Yeah, looks like it, but he's getting some heavy damage here on Datavian. See if he can tie it up or if Datavian can take a commanding lead coming in these next couple of hits.
It's a nice grab. And
there we go.
That's evening it up really quickly.
Yeah, this might be one of the matches to watch in this first round. These two are neck and neck starting it out.
Okay, Game 3 is looking like it could be over here pretty soon, so let's check that one out as well.
All right, we got Luke and Chris. Luke with the lead. May only need a couple more hits to take out Chris. Chris is able to get back here, but let's see what happens. Just missing his down smash there, but there it is.
That's the first matchup of the tournament over. We had Luke over Chris.
All right, we're going to switch over to Game 4. See what's happening on that one. We've got Pac-Man versus Samus, maybe Dark Samus. I don't know the difference between them. Pac-Man with a nice little hit there. This game is Beckett and Nate. Beckett and Nate going at it. I'll see a nice recovery there from Samus. Both of them throwing projectiles at each other. Nice little hit there by Samus. Samus looks like it's Nate, and Pac-Man is Beckett. All right. Got a nice little matchup. Fairly close. We'll see if we can get a stock back from Beckett, see if he can tie it up at 2. We'll keep an eye on this one. And we're going to switch it over to the Battle of the Joshes on Game 2. It is a wee brawler, I believe, is one of the Joshes who's up 3-1. Maybe only a couple of hits left in this game. And we'll see Josh take out Josh. So if you're rooting for Josh in this game, let me hear some noise. One person is rooting for either one of you guys. And there it is. Josh wins that game at 3-1. All right, we're going to get back to Game 4, which is the only game on right now. That's our Pac-Man Samus battle. Samus is up 2-0. That is Nate on Beckett. And there we go. That is game for that one as well. All right, we're getting ready for our next match.
Over at Group 3, we've got Aiden versus Broden. Aiden versus Broden at Group 3.
I think we're good. We're good. Okay. So, hey, you're going to know all that stuff, so you're going to have to resubmit it and it'll be fine. But it might look like you already won because you know, but... All right, at Group 2, we need Jonathan and we need Denver. All right, at Group 1, Jacob L and Devin H. Jacob L and Devin H, get ready at Group 1. And we are awaiting our Group 4 matchup.
Now the iPads won't show the current matchup until a couple seconds.
Yep,
but over at Group 4, we've got Finn versus Wyatt. Finn versus Wyatt at Group 4.
All right, we got Game 3 already getting started between Aiden and Broden. Broden playing as Ganon, Aiden playing as... I need help. Who is this? Violet? Violet. All right, we got Ganon versus Violet, Aiden versus Broden. Oh, we see the first stock taken. Aiden takes it.
Nice spike.
Aiden with a little name shout out. He wants to say hi to Ethan. So Ethan, if you're watching, Aiden says hello.
Hi, Ethan.
Interesting name choice. Me sword fighter, not brawler on that last game. I got that wrong as well. I'll need help. All right, here we go. Violet taking some hits on Ganon. A large hit there. There we go. We see a 2-stock advantage now for Aiden. Let's see if we can take it back with Broden here. Broden with a nice little hit to take the first stock away from Aiden. He needed that to come early if he's going to have a chance of coming back. That was nice. He needed that a lot. We're still seeing them battling it out. Oh, nice little shield there.
Ganondorf, definitely a character that can take out a stock early, but he's gonna get a little more damage before he's able to do that.
That's exactly right. We see a little bit of strength versus a little finesse with these two characters. But we see Violet take a commanding lead on this last stock here. Only a couple hits away from being able to take Ganon out, and that's it. There it is. That's the 3rd stock. Aiden takes this game.
Now let's go ahead and check out game 1. Over Group 1, we got Jacob versus Devin.
Jacob versus Devin in this one. We've got Pikachu versus Roy. That's my guess. I'm going to take that as a yes. Oh, and there we go. Pikachu falls again. Another 3-1 lead over here on this game. We'll see if they can come back on this one as well. Pikachu trying to get out of these combos. Can't quite do it. See if they can get back to the edge. The edge guarding here is insane, though.
The next match at Group 3 is Cooper versus Preston.
We see the win there, the 3-stock win. Devin takes out Jacob. All right, over here on game 2, we've got a game between Jonathan and Denver. We see Lucas versus Ganon, another Ganon. Looks like Denver is playing Ganon with Jonathan playing Lucas. There we go. We see a 2-stock advantage here now in this game 2. Jonathan over Denver in this one. We'll see if Denver can come back. Ganon is a lot stronger than Lucas. We'll see if he can use that to his advantage. Able to get back on the stage. A nice little hit by Denver there with Ganon. Can he get the punch? Not quite. Oh, nice little kick there. Trying to just save a stock here, not get 3-stocked. I think that's a lot of people's goals in these games. There we go. We see him take out Jonathan, take his first stock of the game.
Call me Brandon Fulpesi, the way that he's dealing as much damage as possible as he can. And it looks like in this set, Lucas is trying to take the stock from Ganondorf, and that will allow him to move on to the next match.
This is Joshua Keller impersonating Randon on the stream. I assume Randon gave you permission. Yes.
Something like that.
All right, there we go. Oh, and there we go. We've got the game. Jonathan takes it. Yeah.
Speaking of games, there's another one happening on game 4, starting with Kazuya versus Falcon.
This is Finn versus Wyatt. Finn versus Wyatt. This one will be an interesting one. Finn taking an early lead on this first stock, but as we've seen in these past, as Keller knows, anything can happen.
It's very true. Fire! Finn Kazuya is just too unpredictable.
Yeah, we've seen Finn in these, but there we see Wyatt losing his first stock there on an SD. Let's see if he can come back from that one. That's an interesting move there. What do you call that?
Over at Group 1, we've got Garrett versus Noah. Garrett versus Noah.
This is Wyatt's first cup. Finn was in the first one, so he does have a little experience here. Wyatt's still trying to get used to it here a little bit. So we see Kazuya taking a lead here. See if Wyatt can land a punch at some point in this game. I think that's the underlying goal for right now.
We'll see if we're able to see a crazy matchup where, he got some damage.
Some damage has been taken. That's the confidence that Wyatt's going to need going for it. Yeah, immediate stock after that. All right, we'll watch this game. We'll see what's happening. Kazuya
with a nice grab.
Yeah, it's an interesting camera move there. I've never seen that one. I don't watch much Kazuya.
Yeah, Kazuya's special grab does that.
Pretty cool. See if Falco can get a couple more hits. There we go. A little bit more damage coming out of Falco there.
Barely misses that special. Kazuya able to hit some short hops here.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can see some amazing comeback here. But right now, it looks like Kazuya and Finn is going to take this game. I was able to get back on stage there after recovering the wrong way. All right. And there we see it. That is the game. Finn takes this one. Finn takes that one. We're going to jump back to that. Awesome. Finn taking his first game from Wyatt over there. We've got a couple games getting ready as we wait for these results to come in for some of these other ones. It's been a fun couple first round here so far. We've seen a few fun games already, a few 3 stocks, a few close games. But I think there's going to be a lot of really awesome games that we see coming around as we see these games come against more balance as these games go on as well.
Yeah, because of the Swiss style, eventually we'll have the best people facing off against the best people, the worst people facing off against the worst people. So it'll be great.
That's exactly right. All right, we got a couple of games going live. Let's cut over to game 1. Over here, we've got Garrett versus Noah. Before today, Noah tried to get me to play in place of him. So we'll see how he does in this game against Garrett. We've got King K. Rool versus...
We haven't seen either of them
This
play this
person.
game yet,
But yeah, so we're going to learn a lot about these two players in this game. K. Rool with a nice little clap there.
over at Station 3, it's Raiden versus Arbor. Over at Station 4, it's Nora versus Kyler.
And there we go. We lose K. Rool. We see Garrett go up on his stocks 3-1 here. We'll see if Noah can take one from him. He's just jumping, trying to stay alive, trying to avoid all these hits that are coming his way. It seems to be moot at this point. Try to go with a nice little finisher. There it is. We see a game. Garrett takes him 3-0. Gonna cut over to game 2.
Future is not
Yeah,
written.
over at Group 2, we've got Sheldon versus Colin.
Yeah, this game, we've got Sheldon going at it. We've got Captain Falcon and this guy, Ike. He's got his name on there. Captain Falcon against Ike in this game. We've got 2 stocks to 2 stocks. This game seems to be somewhat balanced, but there we go. Ike losing his second stock there. We'll see if he can come back from this one. This one's been pretty good to watch so far. Having a lot of fun. Nice little hit there. Recovery off the edge. Nice little dodge there. Throwing him back up in the air. Trying to get some combos in. Able to get out of it. There is Ike, though. Just trying to avoid these brutal hits that are trying to finish him. And there we go. We see Captain Falcon take that one. All right, go to game 4.
And over at Group 1, we're going to have Regan versus Mitch. Regan versus Mitch.
I think that's a matchup we got to see in the first game too. Now we've got Kyler versus Nora over here on game 4. We'll see how this game goes. It's Samus. It's
both the first time we're seeing them.
Yeah, we haven't seen either of them play before. All right. So we've got those two going at it. We see another stock lost by Samus over here. Nora fighting for her life, trying to get a few hits in on it. Seeing if Nora can get a nice little comeback there. She's fighting well. She's getting back on the stage, avoiding some of these combos, trying to hang in there. We'll see if she can continue to fight through this and maybe get another stock
Over
out of it.
at Group 2, we have Leanne and Beckham.
All right, staying alive for the time being is Nora. There we go. Gets a nice little hit there. Oh, gets a couple of them. Hit from behind, though. Just trying to make some sense out of this
Beckham,
stock.
you're up.
Get back on the stage there. And there we go. All right. We've got Kyler winning that one over game 4. Yeah, now we got Raiden versus Arbor. It's Little Mac versus Greninja on this one. Again, haven't seen Arbor in one of our Focus Cups, have seen Raiden, so we know a little bit about one of them. We'll see what Arbor brings to the table in this match against Greninja. All right, he's just getting juggled up in the air. And there we go, Raiden takes the first stock from Arbor. But Arbor playing Little Mac can do serious damage at any given moment and might be able to get himself back in this game.
Sorry, we forgot to mention it before, but there are headsets available for every competitor. We ask that you put the headset back on the chair after you finish your match.
Yeah, and then don't sit on the headset someone previously placed in the chair.
Yeah.
That would not be good.
Over at Station 4, we're going to have Mitchell versus Alex. Mitchell versus Alex.
All right, we see Arbor getting some hits in now on Raiden, trying to get back the stock that he's already lost. He's got his tail ready. See if he'll be able to use it. Raiden able to juggle him a little bit in the air. See if he can get a couple of hits here on the ground. Right, Arbor looking for a big hit here. Gets a nice little shield there. Oh, gets behind, gets him thrown up in the air, and takes out his second stock. Raiden goes up 2-0 on stocks versus Arbor. Let's see if Arbor can take this one. He's got him at 73 damage. See if that's enough to take this stock from him and to avoid going 3 stock. All right, he's got to get back on stage, Kenny. Yeah, there it goes. Missed it the first time. Able to recover nicely there, though. Can Little Mac recover? No, that is the game. Raiden takes it from Arbor. All right, cutting over to game 1. We've got Regan versus Mitch. It is Kirby versus someone. Sheik, thank you. All right.
Regan definitely taking a big lead in this one. We'll see if Mitch is able to come back. Regan repping Kirby. We saw him rep Kirby at the last Focus Cup.
Yeah, trying to redeem the storyline.
Yeah, I just got to point out, I've got the Kirby shirt in honor of Regan. That's what this shirt is
Are
about.
you showing favoritism in this game?
It's all in honor of Regan. There's no favoritism.
Oh, there we go.
But I'm
Shaking
wearing
it.
the Kirby shirt for Regan.
All right, so a little bit
Go
of favoritism is what I'm hearing. Yeah, Kirby went 1-7 in our last Focus Cup. Looking to turn that around today are our Kirby players. But there might be a little deterrence. Regan staying strong in his Kirby choice.
Over at Station 3, we have Jameson versus Charlie. Jameson versus Charlie.
And there we have it. Regan takes the first game from Mitch and Kirby's first win of the day. All right, cutting over to game 4, we've got Mitchell versus Alex. We've got Steve as Enderman. We've got Rosalina. Let's see who is able to win. We've got Rosalina with a quick 1-stock lead so far. Trying to hold on to it, but Enderman trying to get some heavy damage here just to salvage some of this before taking out the second stock.
Over at Station 1, we have Caleb versus Micah. Caleb versus Micah.
Caleb definitely came dressed to impress for today, too. Nice tucked in shirt over here. He said, I may not win these games, but I am going to win the hearts of the fans. All right, back onto the gameplay. We've got a 2-stock lead for Rosalina now. Seeing if Steve can, oh, what is happening? We've dropped a controller. Both competitors over here just not taking out any damage. Oh, taking a hit anyway. I like the gamesmanship from Alex. He said, this is my chance. Give me some damage. So we're looking to see if Alex can get a stock here from Mitchell or if Mitchell's going to end with the 3-stock. Here we go. Rosalina just throwing him up in the air, and there it is. Mitchell taking that one, hopping over to game 3. All right, here we go. We've got Jameson and Charlie. It's DDD versus Kirby, our second Kirby sighting of the day. First DDD. Jamo is playing DDD. Charlie as Kirby. Jamo with the lead. There we go. We see a hit there. Some hammer spins at him, trying to throw stuff at him. Couldn't quite get him sucked in, trying to become DDD. Taking a pretty early lead here is Jamo with about a 1.5-stock lead. And there he goes, sends him into orbit for his second stock. Up 3-1 is Jamo. We'll see if Charlie can come back and get one of these stocks back in this first round. Dang, that was like an instant 50 damage on that hammer hit. 26 more there. Kirby just trying to survive this Jamo DDD here. He's running away from the attacks. I can't blame you. I would be in the same boat, trying to survive as long as possible in this game against DDD.
Over at Station 4, we have Radley versus Kellen. Radley versus Kellen.
All right, it looks like Jamo's gonna wrap this game up here in just a couple more hits on Kirby here against Charlie. We'll see if Charlie can get a couple of hits in before this last stock is taken. Gets what he wanted. Not able to make that second move out of it. And there we go. Jamo takes this game, hopping over to game number 2.
Over at Group 1, we're going to be starting our second round of matches. We're going to have Regan versus Devin. Regan versus Devin at Group 1.
Yeah, but jumping over to game 2, we've got Lene, we've got Beckham over here. It's Wii Fit Train. Leanne, sorry. I did not read that correctly. Leanne versus Beckham. We Fit Trainer versus Samus. We Fit Trainer has the first lead, I believe.
Over
I
at
believe
Group
that's
3,
Leanne as We Fit Trainer.
we're starting the second round of matches as
Dodging
well.
projectiles.
The first match is going to be Aiden versus Cooper. Aiden versus Cooper at Group 3.
There we see the second stock taken from Samus here. We Fit Trainer taking a commanding 3-1 lead so far in this game. We'll see if Beckham can get a couple of hits in, take a stock back, and get this game a little bit closer. But harnessing the power of the sun and soccer combined here, we see Leanne getting a couple more hits. Just throwing him around, trying to get it. And there we see it. Leanne takes this game.
Over at Group 2, the next matchup is going to be Evan versus Sanskar. Evan versus Sanskar at Group 2. Sorry, Group 2. Group 2.
All right, Bradley and Kellen playing over here. We've got Rob and Link. Bradley takes the first stock over here. We're going to see if Kellen can get a couple of hits, take back that stock, and make this game a little bit closer. Get a couple of hits there with some boomerangs, but the spinning arm top action from Bradley seems to be pretty powerful, but now we got some hits coming in. Get back on that stage. Not quite able to get the recovery. Bradley takes the 3-1 lead here.
He's looking to maybe get a 3 stock in this first matchup of the tournament.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those here in this first round. As games get more balanced, we'll start seeing a lot fewer of those.
Yeah, for when you get into a tournament like this and you're starting your first match, you've got all those nerves that you're trying to go against. But what does a first win do for you when you win that first match?
Yeah, first win, it helps you build that confidence, and it also helps you build a little bit of momentum. So when we see those first wins coming onto our screen, we see these players walk away with a little bit more confidence after their first game when they get that win, going into momentum, but it also brings them a harder opponent for the next time.
Interesting, interesting.
All right, so now we've got game 3 on the screen between Aiden and Cooper. We've got Incineroar for sure. And Byleth? I'm gonna call that Byleth. It's Incineroar versus Byleth. I got one right. If you're watching this, you should be proud of me because I am not good at these characters. So to get both characters is not super common for me. But we see them pretty close, neck and neck in this game, are Aiden and Cooper. Can we get a recovery there? Yes, we do. Incineroar back on stage. Incineroar, one of my mains, one of my top 3s for sure. So love seeing the Incineroar gameplay. We'll see if they can take it out.
Over at Group 4, we're on to the second round of matches. So we're going to have Mitchell versus Kyler. Mitchell versus Kyler at Group 4.
All right, we've still got a super close matchup within 4 HP of each other in this matchup, both on their second stock. We've got Cooper and Aiden heated in this battle, pretty locked in. They both seem like they want this win. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, this is a turning point for them as they figure out what's happening in this tournament, and as they're new to this competition at Focus Church.
Yeah, so pretty exciting to see a super close matchup. This is definitely the closest one so far today, but there we go. Coop takes out Aiden to take the 1-stock lead, but Aiden may not be too far behind and throwing Incineroar off the stage pretty soon. All right, shooting over to game 1. We've got Regan and Devin.
Yeah, this is a close matchup. Both at 1 stock. Regan looking to, as Rob here, trying to take out, get some damage because he's definitely on the back end of things against Devin here.
Yeah, and I think Devin is Roy. No one said no. That means I'm right. Let's go. All right, Regan trying to get back on the stage. Can he get back up? No, there it is. Devin takes that one. Back over. There we see. Tied at 1 stock in this game as well. It's Aiden and Cooper. This game could go either way. Cooper with a little bit of an advantage, but on the last stock. And there it is. Cooper takes this one from Aiden. A great game to watch.
Over at Group 1, it's going to be Gavin versus Garrett. Gavin versus Garrett.
And now on Group 2 on the screen, we've got Evan versus Sandscar. I think Evan just took a 2-stock lead over there. Remember when you guys are playing, change to your name on the screen. It helps you guys, it helps us, and it helps everybody watching the game to know who you are.
Awesome. Over at Group 3, we're going to have Raiden versus Luke. Raiden versus Luke.
All right, this game not super close, but we may see Sanskar take a stock from Evan here in just a moment. Not letting the 3 stock happen. We like to see close matches. We will see the occasional 3 stock, but Sanskar fighting here, wants to take this stock from Evan. Not giving up very easily. Let's see, we're gonna watch this one for the next stock here. Yeah. Oh, and there we go. Sanskar taking it from Evan, not getting that 3 stock. We'll see if Evan can close this game out or if he's gonna choke it away.
Yeah, this is the last match that is in round 1. So after this, everyone's facing someone that has the same record or a very similar record to them.
Yeah, that means balanced gameplay is going to be coming. We're going to see a lot of closer matches, less 3 stocks. And there it is. The game between Evan and Sanskar is over.
That is the end of round 1 at every single station. We've got the round 2 matches starting. Guys, let's make some noise for round 2. Here we go.
Yeah, over on game 4 in this round 2 matchup, we've got Mitchell and Kyler. And this is Rosalina and Violet again? No one said no. All right, I'm killing it today. It's not Violet. Nobody told me otherwise. Pyra and Mithra, right? They switch? Let's go. I learned that yesterday.
Over at group 2, it is Leanne versus Jonovan.
All right, Kyler has the lead in this game versus Mitchell, but still pretty close to getting this stock and getting into a 1 stock versus a 1 stock game. So Rosalina over here fighting for Rosalina's life, trying to get back up on stage with Pyra slash Mithra. There it is. 1 stock to 1 stock. This game could go either way now.
Yeah, definitely a lead here, but it could bring it back.
Yeah, and SD could change this game. Who knows? Or just some really good combos.
I don't know. Right now, it's not looking good.
No, it is not. It looks like Kyler's going to take this one, but anything can happen. We've seen some epic comebacks on the last stock in the Focus Cup.
Yeah, that's always exciting when we have a comeback.
Right, this gameplay, they're getting some hits, trying to avoid getting thrown off the stage. We're seeing somewhat of a comeback here.
Yeah, Rosalina is able to keep knocking Pyra off the stage completely. Still holding that control. The control on the stage is so important in this game, especially on Final Destination.
Yes, it's been a while since we've seen Rosalina get hit. That's the first one that I've seen in a while. This game is officially anybody's game if they can get back on the stage here.
Yeah,
trying the edge guard. There
and
it
he does
is.
it. Nice play from Kyler.
Yeah, Kyler able to get the win. All right, on screen 1, we've got Gavin versus Garrett. Nice little game here. We've got, this is Violet and Wolf. I'm right this time. Lucina, dang it. I'm gonna keep trolling him Violet until I get one right. That's Violet. That's my strategy for today. I was already corrected on this one. All right, ties it up at 1-1. Again, this is Gavin and Garrett going at it. This game is gonna be another one that goes down to the wire here in our round 2 matchups between Gavin and Garrett. I believe Gavin is Wolf. Garrett is Lucina. Yeah, this
over
at shields coming out. Nobody wants to
over
be the next one.
Group 4, it's gonna be Finn versus Nate. Group 4, it's Finn versus Nate.
Gavin and Garrett locked in here. Both of them just trying to survive this last stock, doing everything they can. Ooh, try to get the edge guard. Nice little dodge there.
He gets hit. We've seen it definitely doing those dashes pretty quick.
Yeah, Garrett looking to get this win from Gavin, our defending champ in this thing.
Nice grab from Gavin, able to throw Lucina back, but a nice recovery from Lucina.
Oh,
nice
there
hit,
it is.
and Gavin gets taken down.
Garrett takes the win from Gavin.
I won.
Over to game 2, we've got Jonovan versus Leanne and a Wii Fit trainer versus Lucas matchup. Leanne took the first stock from Jonovan and is putting some more damage on him. We'll see what happens here.
Over at Group 3, the next matchup is going to be Chris versus Jameson. Chris versus Jameson.
I am excited for that one to be able to hear the banter between them during that match. There we go. We see Leanne take another stock from Jonovan. We'll see how Jonovan responds from going down 2 stocks. Immediately takes one from Leanne, throwing Wii Fit Trainer off the stage.
Over at Group 1, we've got Micah versus Datavian.
This game is 2 stocks to 1 stock. Jonovan finally taking damage on that last stock. He lasted a while on this one before taking any damage. Lucas just desperately trying to get some damage here. Try to make it a 1 stock game. See if they can get back into this game. Still fighting. Soccer ball to the face for Lucas. Being a little kid, I'm sure he gets that a lot though.
Jonovan did place top 8 at the last tournament, so we expect big things out of him here in Focus Cup number 2.
Yeah, that's right. Trying to come back on the second stock. Remember, he was down 3 stocks to 1 stock at the beginning of this game. And fighting back, trying to make this 1 stock to 1 stock. We might see him do it here. Oh, that soccer ball just off the edge. Can he get back?
Should be able with the Thunder.
PK Thunder all the way back up on the stage. Just fighting. Both of them getting hit pretty hard there. Jonovan is a fighter in this one.
Yeah, trying to keep that stock alive. He does not want to go down.
The power of the sun there. Trying to get a hit. Gets to throw, and Wii Fit Trainer not able to take that stock. Getting back on the stage. We see the hula hoop back all the way up. And there it is. The Wii Fit Trainer taking that one, Leanne, over Jonovan.
Work hard to tone that
Moving over
tummy.
to game 4. Yes, we've got Finn and Nate playing in this one. I think we got to see them play once before as well in the Focus 1. So they know each other, they've seen each other. We've got Kazuya versus Samus. And there we go, taking a 2-stock lead so far in this one.
Over at Group
believe
2,
that's
the
Nate.
next matchup is going to be Sheldon versus Joshua Keller.
JMO beat Chris over here on game 3 as well. And there we go. Looks like Nate took it from Finn, hopping over to game 1. But Chris getting a big hug from his 2-year-old daughter after the loss makes it all better. All right, we've got Micah versus Datavian over here on game 1. We see another Kirby versus Roy.
Yes, it is right.
All right. All right, taking that stock. We just saw Roy losing a stock there. See if Kirby can continue to come back from being down 3 stocks to 1.
Over at Group 3, the next matchup is going to be Broden versus Charlie. Broden versus Charlie.
All right. And there it is. We see the win. Micah over Datavian.
Over at Group 4, the next matchup is going to be it's going to be Wyatt versus Beckett. Wyatt versus Beckett.
Right here on Station 2, we've got Josh, we've got Sheldon, and this game should be a powerhouse game. 2 of the heavyweights in this tournament. We've got a character I don't know.
Remember, Joshua Keller was the runner-up from the last Focus Cup number 2. But Sheldon is a new competitor looking to compete in Focus Cup number 2. But we have heard that he does have competitive experience.
Yeah, so that he's looking to count on that to help guide him through this tournament, knowing what it's like to be competing in these high-level tournaments. So far, though, we have Joshua with the lead, taking that first stock. Oh, there we go. Taking a homie stock there for an SD. 2 stocks to 1 stock on the Sheldon versus Josh battle.
The next matchup over... Oh, wait. I don't have the wrong one. Sorry, my bad. Over at Group 1, it's going to be Noah versus Jacob. Noah versus Jacob at Group 1.
All right, Josh taking a lead on this last stock over here, trying to take him out, finish this game for him, not have to worry about making any mistakes if he can make it happen early. But Sheldon having the experience, trying to come back, get a couple of quick stocks, and come back into this thing.
Yeah, definitely going to take a lot in order to get back in this matchup against Hero. Nice grab.
Nice intro. Able to get back on the stage there, though. Some nice shielding and dodging. See a hit there. Yeah, Sheldon holding on in this one, just trying to avoid the wrath of Josh.
Definitely doing a more passive approach to edge guarding. But that's
there
it.
it is.
That's the game.
Yeah, Josh takes that one, and we got game 4 getting started right now. This game is between Wyatt and Beckett. Wyatt told me he played 1 game of Smash on Wednesday, and that was enough to prepare him for today. So we'll see how that pans out for him in these matchups. We've got Piranha Plant versus Fox. Wyatt playing as Fox and Beckett playing as Piranha Plant.
Over at Group 2, it's going to be Evan versus Colin. Evan K versus Colin.
And remember, keep cheering for your favorite people out loud here in person and in the chat. We've got a lot of people rooting for people out in the chat as well.
Remember, send the link to your friends and family. It's twitch.tv/FocusChurch. Twitch.tv/FocusChurch. Follow us, join us in the chat. We're looking to hear from you guys on the stream.
There we go. Wyatt taking a stock from Beckett there. Seeing if he can take a commanding lead here, if Beckett can come back a little bit in this one.
Nice Evan guarding from Beckett there, and Wyatt's Wyatt loses a stock here actually, but able to get some damage in the start of this next stock.
Yeah, tied at 2 here on these stocks. This is one that could go either way as this game is going along. All right, still looking to take out the second stock. See who can take that first. Get that 2-1 lead going. From Wyatt throwing Piranha Plant there. Able to get Piranha Plant with a nice little comeback there. But Wyatt looking like he's going to take the second stock away first from Beckett.
Yeah, Wyatt definitely able to get some early damage in this matchup on every stock.
And there it is. We see that second stock going away. Looking for a comeback stock here.
Wow. Crazy initial
There
hit,
it
but
is.
that's an
Wow.
ST. Wow.
Wow, unfortunate ending for Beckett here, but Wyatt able to take that game. Let's catch the end of game 1.
That is a crazy end to one of these matches here. That's gotta be detrimental. to
Yeah,
the
that stinks, but we've got other games. We get multiple attempts to continue to win games going forward. So one loss isn't gonna kill you in this game. All right, now back over here on game 1, we've got Noah, we've got Jacob. Both of their first time competing in one of our cups. We'll see, we got Meta Knight versus Kirby, which is very fitting for all of you Kirby fans. Meta Knight and Kirby. There we go. We see it back down to 1 stock after this game started at 3-1. We'll see if we can see a comeback here.
Over at Group 4, we've got Alex versus Kellen. Alex versus Kellen.
Meta Knight with a commanding lead on this one. Kirby just trying to survive, get a couple of hits in, see if they can get her lucky SC. But no, there we see Meta Knight taking the win. All right.
Over at Group 3, the next matchup is Arbor versus Preston. Arbor versus Preston.
All right, over here we've got Evan versus Colin. Evan versus Colin playing each other. Pretty
Make sure
close
to
game.
input your own matches after you finish. Make sure to input your matches on the iPad. You just need to click. If you have any problems, please talk to any of the staff here.
All right, and remember, as you start your game, switch over to your moveset, switch over to your names. We don't want to confuse anybody trying to watch knowing who's who.
Over at Group 1, it's going to be Caleb versus Mitch. Caleb versus Mitch.
All right, this game's staying incredibly close here. Both of them on their second stock. Both of them trading hits back to back over here. Again, this battle between Evan and Colin. A nice little avoid there to get that nice little combo on him. Couldn't quite get that there, but there we see it. Ike losing his second stock there. Will we see him come back from that, or is that going to be the end of a nice little hit there, taking as much damage early on in this stock as he can. There we go. We see him trading hits again here. Ike needing to take a stock here pretty soon if he's going to have any chance of coming back for this one. I'm down a whole stock and almost even the damage on those stocks as well. There we go. Ike is just falling behind in this between Colin. We thought that was going to be game. Able to recover back onto the screen. Getting a nice little hit there. Couldn't quite take that stock either. Ooh, almost took the stock to even it at 1. But no, Ike could not hold on. Colin taking this one from Evan. All right, shooting over to game 4. We've got Alex versus Kellen. A couple of our younger competitors excited to be playing against each other in this one. We've got Meta Knight and Samus going at it. Maybe Dark Samus. I think they're the exact same person. So it's, thank you. I've got confirmation, so I will use them interchangeably. All right, Meta Knight and Samus matchup going on between Alex and Kellen.
Over at Group 2, it's going to be Beckham versus Josh. Beckham versus Josh Brown. Josh Brown, sorry. My bad.
All right, in this game between Alex and Kellen, though, we got going on, it's still pretty close. 2 stocks to 2 stocks. Both of them falling away from the end of this one. Both of them could lose a stock here at any time. In this game versus Kellen and Alex, they've both got fans in the crowd rooting for them as well, which is really cool to see.
Now, these two people are both in elementary. We've got several elementary competitors today. Guys, let's make some noise for the elementary students here competing in this tournament.
Yeah.
Now, they are competing for their own best in elementary prize.
Yeah, so the winner in the elementary category, whoever gets the most wins in elementary, also gets a prize at the end of this tournament.
Yes, it'll be awesome.
Running. All right. Meta Knight looking to take this from Samus, trying to get that stock back. Getting a few nice little hits there. Trying to get back on the stage. Nice little recovery. Meta Knight towards the end of this stock. Just trying to hold on here. Trying to take Samus to second stock. Meta Knight getting the hits in, but Samus refusing to go away.
Definitely gonna spam the dabs there. The dabs? What are the jabs? Sorry, my bad. Definitely a Meta Knight move.
All right, thank you to RJFX55 for telling me my hat looks great. I think so too. The damage in these stocks is getting incredibly high, but there it is. Samus
Two-stock
taking
win
out
from
Meta Knight.
Ellen, wow. Great matchup.
Switch over to another game. We're gonna watch the end of game 3. Sonic versus Lucas. Arbor versus Preston. Both their first times competing in one of our cuts here. All right. We've got some small characters going against each other here. Speed versus power, though. Let's see who can take this one out. Arbor with a lead so far. Preston looking to get a comeback. Just zooming around this map, trying to avoid hits while somehow dealing damage at the same time. There we go, nice little kick from Preston onto Arbor there. Looking to just hold on to this last stock. Arbor has other plans though, not looking to give up any ground. But looks like he might lose a stock here soon. Preston trying to fight back in this game. Couple of nice little hits there. Arbor with a nice little strong PK fire. Sonic just going into these balls, getting as many power hits as he can, avoiding all of these punches. Trying to salvage a stock here. So close to taking this one out. Oh, he's able to get back onto the stage from that nice little hit by Arbor though. Looks like Preston just needs 1 or 2 more hits to take this first stock.
Over at Group 2, it's going to be Sanskar versus Denver. Sanskar versus Denver.
All right, still running around, avoiding as many hits as possible. It seems to be somewhat working for him. Oh, not quite able to make either of those hits work, but he was close. Oh, there's the PK fire. Powerful.
Now at
That's
Group
Arbor
1, we are
takes
starting the third match. That means everyone is either 1-1, 2-0, or 0-2 for that matchup.
Yeah, so remember, the people you're playing have the same record as you.
Or very similar.
Yeah, or very similar.
Like 2-1 can play a 1-2 if there's
Yeah.
an odd number of
But you won't play
people.
somebody with 2 or 3 more wins than you.
Yeah.
Keeping it balanced, getting the most fun that we can in these matchups.
Group 1, the first matchup is Devin versus Garrett. Devin versus Garrett.
All right, somebody's cheering for one of them. Not sure which one it is, but you should be happy.
Shout out their name if you're cheering for them. We need to know. Make some noise for Devin or Garrett right now. Some people. Over at Group 4,
All right, so
the
wait
first
for
matchup
Sanskar.
is going to be, for round 3, is going to be Kyler versus Nate. Kyler versus Nate.
All right, Sanskar is making his way up. He's on his way.
Over at Group 4, Kyler
right.
versus Nate.
This game 1 matchup, I got to see their names beforehand. It's Roy versus Lucina.
Over at Group 3.
Let's get over to the action.
We have the first set of matches for round 3. It's gonna be Cooper versus Luke. Cooper versus Luke.
We got Devin versus Garrett. And this one,
After your match finishes, make sure to go out of the match end screen. Get back to the character select screen so we don't have any problems with that.
yeah, so after your match, just make sure you're
Press
finishing that.
A bunch of times.
All right, this Devin versus Cooper matchup starting off pretty evenly matched here with Roy and Lucina. I believe it is Garrett playing Lucina and Devin playing Roy. We see our first stock there, Roy taking that one away from Lucina. Still sitting at 50 damage. That 50 came quick and then just stayed there. So Devin looking to get this win from Garrett, but Garrett trying to get this stock, come back, and not fall too far behind.
Now, both these competitors are 2-0. They're both 2-0, looking to get that third win. This is a crucial win here. This determines, if you lose this, you have a chance to not make it to the top 16. If you win this, you are almost set to make it into the top 16.
Almost a guarantee, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Wow, there we see a commanding 3-1 stock lead as well for Devin. See if we can get a comeback from Garrett or if Devin's going to run away with this one. Again, we've seen crazy things happen. Both of these competitors are very good at this game. There we go. We see that stock.
now it doesn't have any damage yet, so we could see a comeback here. 1 stock to 2 stocks. Nice hits to start off, though.
Not saying he needs a miracle, but he might need a little bit of help.
Yeah, 2 stock advantage is everything in this game, but unlike some older Smash titles, this is a big deal.
All right, yeah, this game, he's fighting for his life, trying to stay in this thing. Hasn't seen too much damage since getting this first stock. He's been on it for a while.
Just trying to stay alive because, I mean, when you go back down to 2-1, you have that opportunity to be like, oh, wait, I might start losing some matches here. You might get into a downward spiral.
Yeah. See, this is where I would start using what I would call the Ferg special, but it's too late. It is game. We see the win over there.
Roy wins. Not an option.
All right, cutting over to game 4 between Kyler and Nate. Nate has a lead so far, but we could see him lose that stock at any point at high damage right now. Quite able to avoid that. It gets him pretty good. Kyler really needs to take this stock pretty soon to have a chance of staying in this thing.
Over at Group 1, the next matchup is Mitch versus Gavin. Mitch versus Gavin.
All right, Kyler getting some significant hits that he's gonna need to hold any chance again. He needs to get this stock pretty quickly to hold his chance in this game.
Remember to report your matches after you're done on that iPad.
Report your matches, change your character. Oh, we see him go down again. Kyler does. Nate now with the 3-1 lead on stocks. And not holding back, getting as many hits as he can. He wants to see this happen. There it is. Gets the 3-stock win versus Kyler.
Over at Group 3, we've got Raiden versus Aiden. Raiden versus Aiden.
All right, we've got Sandscar versus Denver in this game between Kirby and Greninja.
Both these competitors place top half at the tournament. Aiden did get a better placement getting in the top 8. But we'll see who wins this match.
Game 1 is we're going to switch over to. They both picked randoms. Ooh, it's Little Mac versus Pac-Man in that one, though. Still following the action in the Sandscar versus Denver match for now, but we will be switching to this Game 1 match between randoms that ended up being Pac-Man versus Little Mac. All right, we'll watch this for the first stock here. Greninja getting a nice hit on Kirby there, but Kirby with the lead. Again, not sure who's who. They did not switch names.
At Group 4, it's going to be Finn versus Radley. Finn versus Radley.
All right, still fighting for this one. Kirby trying to get Greninja for this one. Trying to hold back, but this one's fighting for this first stock. Getting thrown. No, both of them missing 3 times, but there we go. Kirby losing the first stock to Greninja. Let's cut over to our game of randoms. All right, we see Little Mac taking a 3-1 lead. This is Gavin versus Mitch. Unlucky draw getting Pac-Man here in the randoms.
Especially if you don't play Pac-Man, you haven't played Pac-Man before. There's a lot of unique abilities for him.
Yeah, and Little Mac is just not a nice matchup against Pac-Man, as we see with the 3-1 score. But I like the sportsmanship, both being willing to take these 3-1s, or these randoms. There we go. We see Pac-Man taking a stock from Little Mac there. And there we see Little Mac taking out Pac-Man, Gavin winning that game. Cutting back over to Sandscar versus Denver. We see Greninja losing the second stock there. All right, remember, at the conclusion of your game, get to the character select menu to help out our next players. All right, Kirby trying to take this one. Not taking a lot of damage on this second stock yet. Alright, Greninja getting a nice little hit there, trying to get this game back even at 1 stock.
Over at Group 1, the next matchup is going to be Micah versus Regan. Micah versus Regan.
Alright, we're going to watch to the end of this one, then we're going to cut over to the game between Aiden and Raiden, as this one's almost over. Nice little hit in on this one. There we go, evening it up at 1 stock though between Sandscar and Denver. Either one of them could win this game.
Yeah, this is our last matchup of the round 2 of matches. So we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, moving pretty quickly through these games, which is awesome. Having a lot of fun. Some evenly matched game in the second. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and this third round is just going to be even better. I mean, we've already seen some matches on every station being pretty exciting.
Yeah. All right, this Sandscar versus Denver matchup is going to go down to the wire. Either player really could win this game. And there it is. Kirby takes it, the win on that one. Let's catch the end of game 3 between Raiden and Aiden. Aiden with a 2-stock lead as King K. Rool. See if Raiden can come back from this. He cannot. Aiden takes it from him. 3 stocks there. All right, let's watch this game between Micah and Regan.
Over at Group 2, we're starting our third round of matches. We've got Joshua Keller and Leanne.
We've got Roy versus Villager. Regan likes to change up the characters that he's playing. This is his 3rd one so far in this tournament. This game pretty close so far. Nobody losing a stock. We do see Micah with a slight lead so far, though. Villager, a rare character to see in tournaments, in my opinion. All right, gets a nice little hit. Back to a pretty even game. Wow, the tree takedown by Regan. And hey, don't forget, if you're here, visit our friends back at the concession stand, buy some snacks and some food, help support Speed the Light.
Over at Group 3, we've got Roden versus Jameson coming up.
Regan holding on to his first stock at 173 here against Micah and Roy. Doing as much damage as possible. Somehow holding on to 173. Gets a nice little combo of punches there. And gets the little fire hydrant there as well.
Now, Micah is 2-0 and Regan is 1-1 because of the odd number of players. So Regan fighting for a big momentum push here, being at 1-1, while Micah doesn't want to lose a match.
Yeah, while Regan does have the advantage in this game, coming in as a statistical underdog, able to take a nice little lead, but it's almost back to dead even pretty quickly here for Micah.
Yeah, the Roy vs. Villager is an interesting matchup with Villager trying to take advantage of its projectiles, while Roy using the sword trying to get those spikes, and that is
Guarding is insane.
yeah. Micah's definitely seasoned in his edge guard.
Yeah, you can tell that he practices it, but Regan finally able to get back up on the stage. Not able to get the tree hit there, though. Fighting for his life to hold on to the lead that he had, but is falling a little bit behind here.
What a nice move. Takes out Regan's stock.
Yeah, Micah, with his first official lead of this game, was down 3-2, now up 2-1. This is a game that could keep going back and forth, and we might see this game go down to the wire.
Regan was hit with the rocket, doesn't, as he's trying to recover.
He did avoid the edge guard, which he needed to do, but not looking amazing on this last stock. Able to get the fire hydrant hit on Roy, though. Regan wanting to tie this thing up. Micah has other plans, though.
The edge guarding is just insane
There
from
it is,
Micah
though.
as he
Micah
takes that
takes
match
it. All
to go
right.
up 3-0 while Regan goes down to 1-2. That was a great matchup we saw.
Cutting over to Leanne versus Josh. We've got Joker versus Wii Fit Trainer. Josh has also played a couple other characters. Leanne sticking to her main as Wii Fit Trainer.
Over at Group 1, we've got Caleb versus Noah. Caleb versus Noah.
This game is pretty close with Leanne having a lead, but Josh can take that stock at any time. But Leanne looking to take a 2-stock lead on Josh, which for him is uncharted territory. There it is. Up 3-1, we see Leanne and Wii Fit Trainer go. There we go. Nice little hot dog for me as well. Yeah, shout out to Radley for letting us use his hot dog maker as he wins this game as well. All right, this game between Josh and Leanne.
Hey, make sure to get out of the character end screen, match end screen, so that we can do, the next people can select their characters.
Yeah, Leanne still holding on to this first stock somehow at 161 damage. Josh looking for some way to get back into this game.
Now, live hot dog review from me. This is amazing. It might be because I'm really hungry, but it's really good.
Yeah, I already had 2 hot dogs today for lunch, but I'm excited for this 3rd hot dog. All right, the fans say they're very good as well. There we see Josh get that first stock that he's been searching for, trying to get back into this game.
Hey, we're glad for the fans to shout out at us. Feel free to tell us when we're wrong, tell us when we're right. It's gonna be a fun tournament.
Yeah. We also see fans of both Josh and Leanne in the chat. Leanne's fan saying ham for Leanne. Not that that means anything to them, but there we see Leanne taking that game from Josh.
Wow, the previous tournament
Tuck in
runner
those glutes.
losing a match there.
All right, now we got a Peach versus Meta Knight battle. It is Caleb versus Noah. This one looking good. Peach being played by Caleb, taking a quick lead so far, but Noah trying to get the stock back.
Over at Group 2, the next matchup is going to be Josh Brown versus Sheldon. Josh Brown versus Sheldon at Group 3.
This hot dog is ridiculously good.
Yeah, like the hot dog should not be as good as it is.
Hey, for my birthday, actually, I know you know where you got this hot dog maker. I would like one. All right, that is insane. I've not had a hot dog this good in a long time. Like, not since going to a baseball park. All right, back into this action versus Caleb and Noah. Caleb getting thrown off, able to get back onto the stage. Still at 3-2 in this matchup.
Over
Both
at
of them fighting hard.
Group 4, Wyatt.
I can't get over this hot dog. My goodness. All right. Caleb and Noah still fighting it out. Haven't seen a stock lost in a while. They're both worried, but there it is. Caleb losing his first stock, but Noah already at 93 damage.
Group 3, we've got Preston versus Chris.
Caleb getting some nice hits. I believe both players looking for their first win so far of the tournament. One of them's going to find it here, which is it's very exciting for them. It's a story to go home and tell mom. I did get a win in this tournament. All right, Peach just needs a hit or two more to get rid of this second stock on Meta Knight. We'll see how that goes. I thought that was going to do it. Meta Knight looks like they're going to get back to the stage for Strength Missing. There it is. We get to see up close and personal Meta Knight losing that stock. What does my hot dog want to do? Like, how many will they bring me?
Hey, Twitch chat. How many hot dogs do you think we can eat?
And this is officially July 4th. All right, Caleb looking to get rid of Noah here. Noah fighting hard to stay in this game. Gets the counter with Toad. Some serious damage on those. One of my favorite moves in the game. Nice little hit there as well. Caleb trying to finish this thing off. Noah just wants to land. There he goes. He's able to. But Peach Caleb's figuring this game out now. It's just like football to him at this point. See if he can get this last little hitter. If Noah can somehow come back from dangerous territory. There it is. Caleb taking the...
Over at game 4, we've got
Rosalina and Fox. This is Wyatt and Mitchell.
Mitchell definitely taking a big lead at the beginning here.
Yeah, up 3-1. We got some bans for Mitch in this chat as well. Trying to get him a win here. But Wyatt just fighting for his life not to lose his third stock quite yet. Oh, and there he goes. He gets the stock. A little miss recovery on this one. Fighting to try to stay in this thing.
Over at group 1, we got Octavian and Jacob.
But Mitch does have a nice little lead here.
Over at group 2, the next matchup is Evan versus Jonathan. Evan versus Jonathan.
Yeah, Rosalina still not taking any damage.
Now, Ferg, we're actually at the halfway point of our matches. We're in the middle of round 3. We're getting close to getting into round 4 for a lot of the stations. This has been an incredible tournament from the get-go.
Yeah, it has, and we see a winner here, though. In this game, Mitch takes out Wyatt. But yeah, these matches have been so much fun to watch. It's been really great games. We've got some great competitors here, too. They look like they're having a lot of fun. Crowd, are you guys having fun today?
Stop battle.
Wow, that was lame.
Okay, you gotta get them.
All right, crowd, guys. Are you guys having fun today? Woo! There we go. Getting some
Let's
excitement.
go.
We know they're excited because they're playing in this thing. And there we go. We got a couple of games getting started. Let's go over to Chris versus Preston.
Over at group 4, the next matchup is going to be Beckett versus Nora. Beckett versus Nora.
Here we've got Donkey Kong versus Sora. Big fan of Sora, as I know Chris is as well. That's why he chose him. And then we've got Preston as Donkey Kong. This will be an interesting one. These two good friends in real life getting to play each other in the tournament as well. Taking a quick lead in this one. And we're going to go over to this game between Evan and Jonathan. Also good friends. Ooh, as we get over there, we see it getting tied up at 2 stocks.
Yeah, definitely the chase in order to go straight down to 1 stock. They are ready.
What an interesting strategy that we just got to see there.
Yeah, I mean, it is a strategy. Oh, there is definitely some yamming happening here. Oh,
No way. Trying to finish it with the same way.
Oh, it works! It works!
Jonathan
Donkey Kong.
takes it in the most unconventional way. All right, let's get over for the ending of game 3.
He thought he might sacrifice himself, but he backed out of it, and his opponent couldn't recover.
Yeah, that was insane. A lot of fun to watch that one. Here we go. We're watching the end of this Chris versus Preston game. Chris is up 3-1 in this one. Gonna see if he can hold on to it or if he just makes some major mistakes here. But there it is. Sora with the win.
Group
Chris
2,
over
we've
Preston.
got Denver versus Beckham. Denver versus Beckham.
All right, now we've got Nora versus Beckett over here on game 4. Nora playing Samus as always. Beckett as Piranha Plant, both still at 3 stocks. Can we put another hot dog on my tab? I am officially ordering one.
Officially ordering another hot dog for both of us.
Yeah, 2 more hot dogs.
Thank you.
Someone get
Now this matchup is very close to the beginning. They're both over 100% over at Group 4. We got Samus versus Piranha Plant.
Yeah, now we got Samus losing that first stock there. Not able to hold on as long, but looks like with damage, we're able to get it. Oh, wait, Piranha Plant might be losing a stock here as well.
Over at Group 3, we've got Charlie versus Arbor. Charlie versus Arbor.
Great. Piranha Plant holding on to this last stock. We'll see if Nora can get Beckett here, or if Beckett's going to take a commanding 3-1 lead.
Beckett's still at a very high percentage, but now Nora is at a high percentage as well, playing as Samus, but has been working on her recoveries. Oh, and Beckett takes that stock, going up against Nora. Nora just waiting to get back in this match, trying to come back against Beckett. Down 3 stocks to 1, but Beckett is at a really high percent. So we'll probably lose this stock pretty soon. But Piranha Plant's attacks are very different from other characters. Able to hit at a very long range.
All right, yeah, this is a good one. Once we get this next stock, we're going to head over to game. All right. And there we see Beckett take that game. All right, going over to game 1 between Datavian and Jacob. Datavian has a 3-1 lead. It is Ness versus Kirby. And I gotta say, I do like seeing Ness winning games. Ness is my main. Always fun to see Ness doing well in these tournaments. And this game is 3-1 right now. Datavian needing to hold that 3 stock over Jacob and gets it. We see the win there. Yes.
More hot dogs over at the commentator station.
Yes, very excited for that. As these hot dogs are amazing.
Over at Group 4, we're gonna have Nate versus Radley. Nate versus Radley.
Yeah,
that is the first matchup of round 4.
Wow.
Guys, we're getting into some of the final matches of the first stage. Let's make some noise for everyone in this competition. Round 4 starting. Let's go. Over at Group 1, the first match of round 4 is going to be Micah versus Devin. Micah versus Devin.
All right, let's get into the action over here in this Charlie versus Arbor game. All right, we've got Snake versus Little Mac in this one. Arbor has a lead so far.
Ooh, not able to recover. Recovery is such important thing, especially when you're younger, newer to the game. Trying to learn the recovery of your main character is very important in order to stay in this match.
Yeah, but there we see it. Arbor taking that one as well. It's a tough matchup between those two. We'll see a bounce back in the next round, though.
Yeah, and because of the Swiss rounds, we will see good competition after this as well.
Now we jump over to game 4 where it's Nate versus Radley. Radley as Rob, Nate as Samus. Nate taking a quick lead. Rob finally able to get some damage there. Both able to get back on the stage.
Dogs are hit.
I also got a chance to play Radley in some games earlier today, and he was destroying me with Rob. But Nate is a much better player than I am. So I think that he has a chance to win as well as Radley. I would lose to both.
We saw both these competitors play in the first Focus Cup, but Radley going with a different character choice while Nate sticking to his Samus.
Yeah, very, very loyal to his main, which for some people holds advantage and some is disadvantage.
Over at Group 3, the first matchup of round 4 is going to be Jameson versus Aiden. Jameson versus Aiden.
All right, we see that first stock being taken. Radley taking it from Nate. After a tough start, Radley was able to get a nice little comeback. All right, get back up on the stage. no, not letting him recover, taking that first stock. There we see, let's go head over to game 1. We've got Jigglypuff versus Roy in this one between Micah and Devin. It was a very close game, both the two stocks within 10 damage of each other. We could see this one be one of the better matchups so far that we've seen. Incredibly close.
Yeah, both matches on Group 1 and Group 4. Definitely fierce competition. These are going to be close.
But there we see Roy taking the lead. Jigglypuff getting yeeted off the stage. Let's see how Jiggly responds.
Oh, and a nice move to take out the stock. Guys, this is Group 1. Both these people are 3-0 in this tournament, and they're looking to go 4-0 and secure their spot in the top 16 bracket. Let's make some noise for the competitors at Group 1.
Yeah, playing a great game over here on their last stock. It's neck and neck. Oh,
and that's it!
Out of nowhere taking that game. My goodness. All right, hopping back over for the end of game 4.
Jigglypuff, wow.
That was insane. Well, not even high damage going into that hit. Just a very powerful hit on that one.
Always fun to watch.
All right, this Bradley Nate game, we're back over to it.
Like that. Bradley taking the advantage in this match, still looking to get more damage on Nate. Might be able to even two-stock him if he's able to get some good hits here. Rob has some good recovery moves. Nate just trying to edge guard here.
Yeah, Nate holding on for dear life. Not a lot of hits before Bradley loses this stock, but we'll see if Nate can even get to him.
Over at Group 1, the next matchup is Garrett versus Caleb. Garrett versus Caleb.
There we go. Bradley with an SD there.
Yeah, but
a 105 damage.
Nate just it's a miracle stock here. If he gets a nice combo going, he could have the advantage. Bradley not trying to lose this match. This is down to the wire. Now, over at Group 4, both these competitors are 3-0, so let's make some noise for the competitors at Group 4!
Yeah, but there it is.
And that's Bradley's match going to 4-0. Bradley starting out this tournament hot.
Yeah, I talked to him before, and he said he was going to win his first 4 games. So I don't know how he called that, but I'm impressed.
Incredible, incredible.
All right, here we have one of the Bowser Jr. characters versus Lucina in this game between JMO and Aiden.
Over at Group 2, the next matchup is Colin
And
versus
Aiden takes it.
Sanskar. Colin versus Sanskar.
Aiden takes it.
Both of them definitely playing some friendly matches in the back while they were waiting.
All right, here we go. Garrett versus Caleb in this game. Garrett playing as Lucina, Caleb as Peach. Garrett with Garrett taking the first stock away from Caleb there.
Over at Group 4, the next matchup is Kellen versus Kyler. Kellen versus Kyler.
Caleb trying to get back in this game, take this next stock away. But Garrett looking to fight, take that 2-0 lead. And he does.
We definitely both took bites of hot dog there right before. That's why we paused for a minute. But Lucina definitely showing off what Lucina can do against Peach.
Yeah, Caleb trying to get that counter, not quite able to make it hit. Oh, almost had it there, couldn't quite. We see that's a panic move at this point from Caleb, doing everything he can.
That's the game.
Yeah, Garrett takes that one, 3 stock. Jumping over to game 2. All right, here we see this game between Colin and Sanskar. We've got Kazuya versus Ike in this one. A very close game. Both at 3 stocks, both at very high damage.
Over at Group 1, the next matchup is going to be Regan versus Gavin. Regan versus Gavin.
All right, we see our first stock lost by Ike here. Kazuya may not be too far behind at 157 damage. And there it is. We see the immediate tie-up, both at 0 damage on their second stock. All right, we'll watch a couple more hits here, then we'll jump over to game 4 and watch a little bit of that one as well.
Over at Group 3, the next matchup is going to be Broden versus Luke. Broden versus Luke.
All right, let's get a little bit of this Kellen versus Kyler game on the screen here. Kellen trying to come back on this so far. Kyler with a little bit of a lead, taking that first stock. Kellen looking to fight back though. Almost there. Some damage there. We see it tied up right now between Kellen and Kyler, both at 2 stocks.
Now they're both 2-1, so this is a great matchup. Both looking to extend that win count to 3.
There we see Kyler taking the second stock from Kellen. Kellen looking to get back into this game, take a quick stock here and tie it back up at 1. Getting some nice damage done here early on in this stock. Trying to hold himself in this thing. Kyler gets a few nice hits there as well, though. Trying to end it early. Kellen wants no part of it. Trying to get some hits. Gets one there. Gets another one. Holding on to this last stock of his. Ooh, almost sent Kyler down to his limits. But there it is. Kyler takes that one. Let's catch the end of game 2.
Great performance from Kellen, though. Playing Samus there.
Yeah, great game over there. I was wrong. And there we see the end of this game. Ike taking it from Kazuya. Right over here at game 1, it's Regan versus Gavin. 2 good friends as well playing in this game. Regan as Samus, Gavin as Wolf.
Over at Group 4, we've got Finn versus Mitchell. Finn versus Mitchell at Group 4. Right. Over at Group 2. At Group 2, we've got Denver versus Sheldon. Denver versus Sheldon.
We see Gavin taking a 3-1 lead over Regan here. Let's see if Regan can respond to some adversity. Trying to catch up on that one. We're going to switch over to game 3. All right, here we have Luke versus Broden. Little Mac as Luke. Mewtwo versus Broden. Tied at 2. Pretty similar damage. This one's close.
Yeah, it is. Again, with the Swiss matches, these games have all been pretty close. I'm really excited about this format. But the Mewtwo versus Little Mac matchup, it's not one I've seen before. It's definitely going to be interesting moveset because they're both trying to do very different things. The knockout punch from Little Mac. But Broden just stopping him in his tracks, but Luke able to get that stock at a relatively good place in this next stock. Has his KO meter on, trying to get that hit. Gets that but perfect shield from Broden.
Nice hit there by Luke, though. Broden trying to just get this thing back to even. Nice hit there, and he does get it back to even.
We could see Broden come back in this match and start to get some momentum onto Luke.
Yeah, oh, Luke almost goes too far there. Able to get another hit on Broden there. After almost ending it for himself. But there we see Luke taking this one from Broden.
Over at Group 1, the next matchup is going to be Jacob versus Mitch. Jacob versus Mitch.
All right, here we see 2 people playing over on game 4 between Finn and Mitch. It's Kazuya, it's Rosalina. Kazuya getting the first couple of hits. Already losing Luna. Unfortunate. Kazuya just very strong. Taking the first 66 damage, 85, 98 damage here to start this one.
At Group 3, the next matchup is Cooper versus Arbor. Cooper versus Arbor.
There we see Rosalina losing the first stock, Kazuya taking that one.
Another grab from Kazuya.
Kazuya taking no prisoners in this one, doing as much early damage as possible. Trying to see if they can get the 3 stock. Rosalina has other ideas.
Now, Finn has been in a tough spot in this tournament, starting out 1-3, trying to get that win.
We also saw Finn get some impressive wins in our first tournament, so we know that he can pull out some crazy come from behind stuff. All right, still watching this one pretty tight. Rosalina almost gets Kazuya there. There it is, taking that one away as well. Tied here at 2 now in this game between Finn and Mitch.
My bad, he's not 1-3, he's 1-2. Looking to get his second win, not go down to 1-3. You don't want to be at 1-3 in this tournament. I think if you go down to 1-3, you're in a tough spot to make the final brackets.
Yeah, so everyone in this round, this is a crucial round to get wins in. Nobody wants to lose at any point, but round 3, round 4, those are the wins that you absolutely desperately need. As we're still watching this game, it's still tight. Rosalina now has a lead up until that hit from Kazuya. Either one could lose a stock at any point. There goes Luna. Rosalina able to get back to the stage, though. All right, this game has been tightly contested, still within 3 damage of each other. Looking to get rid of this stock. Rosalina taking some hits, and Luna with the kill there as well. Another very close match. Again, we could see Kazuya take this stock from Rosalina very quick and tie it back up at 1.
It does. That's exactly what you said. Nice call.
Thanks. I can read numbers. All right, this game, Rosalina with a pretty big lead now on this last stock. Kazuya not able to get up there. We see Rosalina win.
That's devastating.
Over to game number 1. All right, this match between Jacob and Mitch. All right, it looks like we're tied at 2 stocks. But Mitch is got a lead on this stock. One more hit, and we could see Jacob go down to 2 stocks, and there it is. That hit was able to get him down to the 2-1 lead. Mitch still with no damage taken on this stock. Able to have some time to mine, get some good stuff.
The next matchup at Group 4 is going to be Nora versus Wyatt. Nora versus Wyatt.
Right, we lost our TV again. All right, this game getting pretty close. Mitch has a pretty significant lead on this last stock, looking to get the win, and able to stay on the stage. Mitch was taking his headset off. He thought that was game, had to put it back on. Now looking for the finishing hit. There it is. This time it's a good one.
Nice end to that one.
All right, now we've got Cooper and Arbor. Mario versus Incineroar. Cooper up 3-1 in this one. A couple more hits, and this one looks like it's over. Cooper wanting to take this one pretty quick. There it is. That is game. Cooper winning that one versus Arbor.
Over at Group 2, the next matchup is Joshua Keller versus Jonovan. Joshua Keller versus Jonovan.
They're excited about this one out there. They looked at each other, smiled, happy about getting to play each other. All right, Wyatt versus Nora getting ready on game 4. Let's get you in on the action. I think we're showing game 4.
2, 1, go!
Yeah, all right, we got Fox versus Samus in this one. Fox taking an early lead, but Samus already coming back. Pretty even in damage. Some air fighting going on. All right, we're keeping eyes on this one. Both trying to avoid attacks by double jumping in the air. Both able to get some attacks on. Nora taking an early lead on stock number 1. Wyatt looking to come get it back. Nora with the cheering section, though. Wondering if that's getting into Wyatt's head or if he's tuning it out.
Over at Group 3, we've got Raiden versus Chris. Raiden versus Chris.
Right, Wyatt getting some hits. This is a close game between Nora and Wyatt over on our fourth group over there. And there we see Nora taking the first one from Wyatt in this game.
Interesting character selection over here at game 2, but we'll look at that matchup after this one. Nora starting out strong with that first stock over Wyatt. Both recovering there. Nora at a very high percentage and gets taken out.
And there we see the stock. We see the tie. All right, we're going to switch over to game 2
Over at Group 1, we've
because
got
it is Joker
Noah
versus
versus
Olimar.
Batavian.
Joker versus Olimar might be the most mismatched thing I've seen in Smash. Donovan was excited about this choice of Olimar too, though. So maybe he knows something I don't.
No.
I've never seen Olimar win a game in my life. Donovan
Yeah.
trying to change that.
Maybe in other Smash games, but Smash Ultimate, Olimar's just not it. Just not it
No.
at all.
Donovan said, and I quote, Pikmin are great. That is what he's trying to do, is use the Pikmin.
And now
He
he's down
did,
1 stock to 2.
But he did get a stock on Joshua. I was expecting anybody playing Olimar today to get 3 stocks. So let's hop over to game 3. We've got Chris and Raiden. You know they've both been waiting for this one. Mega Man and Sora. Chris is Sora. Mega Man is Raiden. This one's looking fun though.
Again, characters with very different ways of winning. Mega Man looking to use a ton of different projectiles, whereas Sora has that special sword with some different abilities.
It's the Keyblade. I know a lot about Sora.
Keyblade.
Yeah, with the 3 alternating skills that he uses there.
Over at Game 4, we did have Nora winning.
And Nora beating Wyatt in that game for her first win of the day. Awesome. Love to see it. Elementary student beating one of our adults.
That's actually
You can hear her mom cheering for her in the back. It's a real moment for her. She's gonna tell her kids about that one.
Yep. Definitely a moment to remember in your lifetime.
This Chris and Raiden game is heating up. Both pretty close here, but Raiden taking that first stock. Sora getting thrown off. Chris trying to get the stock back in this one. It looks like Josh is about to take out Donovan and the Olimar game as well. So we'll keep you tuned into this Sora versus Mega Man, Chris versus Raiden game. Olimar is not goated. Don't say that. Olimar is not good. I know I don't know a lot about the game, but I refuse to believe that.
Over at Group 2, the next matchup is going to be Evan versus Leanne. Evan versus Leanne.
Right, and still looking at this game. We're 2 stock to 2 stock. This game's staying close between Chris and Raiden. Not a runaway favorite yet in this game. I like our elementary students because they will cheer for someone in every game.
Yes, exactly.
They've always got somebody that they want to win. All right, let's cut over and watch a stock of this game on game 1. This game is between Noah and Datavian. It is Ness versus Mega Man. Meta Knight, my bad. Misspoke there. This is our 2 mains going at it.
Yes, definitely a matchup we're very used to.
Yeah, you were rooting for Meta Knight here. I'm rooting for Ness here. Meta Knight
Nice
losing the
PK
first stock.
Thunder to take out Noah's first stock.
Yeah, so definitely rooting for Datavian as Ness in this game. He's not bad at that recovery, just too far off the edge, but Noah did lose a stock there as well. So Datavian with a nice lead, only needing 1 more. I wish I could recover like that with Ness.
Over at Group 4, we've got Mitchell versus Nate. Mitchell versus Nate.
All right, Noah just running away from the hits at this point, gets PK fired, able to get a nice shield in before get a hit from Datavian.
Off screen, we saw Raiden beating Chris over at Group 3. Our next matchup at Group 3 is going to be Preston and Charlie. Preston and Charlie.
All right, Noah with not much health left in this game, trying to come back on Datavian, but I'm telling you, Ness is just too good of a character. All right. And there we see Ness with the win. Datavian taking that one over Noah. Going over to game 2. This one between Evan and Leanne. We see Sephiroth versus Wii Fit. Leanne taking that one, that first stock away from Evan. Wii Fit trainer with the win on that first stock.
Over at Group Group 1, the next matchup is going to be Gavin and Devin. Gavin and Devin. Just FYI, in the 5th matchups, it also will try to avoid any rematches happening.
Yeah, so looking to avoid rematches with you guys if you were playing somebody that you already played, some random or don't, I don't know. All right, Wii Fit Trainer taking another stock from Sephiroth there. Evan just trying to take a stock, not to get 3 stocked here.
Salute the sun.
Game.
Now let's try it together.
And there we see Wii Fit Trainer with the win over Sephiroth. Leanne taking it over Evan. All right, let's cut it over to game 3. Maybe. All right, in game 3, we see Preston versus Charlie. Steve and Mario going at it. Preston has an early lead.
Over at Group 2, the next matchup is Josh Brown versus Colin. Josh Brown versus Colin.
All right, and there we see Preston taking a 3-1 lead in this game over Charlie. Charlie might take this first stock pretty soon, though. Yeah, Steve and Mario, nice little matchup here. Steve looking to get one more good hit and should be a stock. Mario able to somehow survive that. Can Charlie get another hit on Preston to take that first stock away and avoid the 3 stocks? Looking to get it. Needs one more good hit, and that should be that first stock there. Nice little fight. Throwing some cape at him to try to avoid just getting hit. Preston knows that he just has to survive at this point. Can he get back? No. Preston winning this game, cutting over to game 1. This game over here is between... We've got Roy and we've got Fox. Gavin able to get the first stock on this game plan, but it looks like he could take that first stock pretty soon as well. Pretty even so far in this game. Yeah, this Gavin-Devin matchup between Ike, Roy, and Wolf here. Gavin holding on to his first stock still. And there it is. We see him on cam, face to camera, tying this thing up 2-2. Yeah, 2 really good competitors in this matchup right here, with Fox and with Ike. Roy, Ike.
Over at Group 3, the next matchup is Aiden versus Luke. Aiden versus Luke.
We sent Santa Claus on the chat. Not sure what that was. Able to get that nice recovery there. This game is almost dead even now at this point. Seeing what they can do. Yeah, the second stock could go to anybody. Looking forward to seeing how this one pans out. We might stay here for the whole thing. Getting back up on the stage. We see Devin take the 2-1 lead with that hit right there. Gavin looking to respond, get that stock back at minimal damage here. Holding this game as close as possible. Able to get the hit on the recovery there. Both shielding, nobody attacking there. Fun to watch those things happen. Seeing what we get to do here. Yeah, Gavin needing this hit. There he goes. Gets it. Tied at 1. Devin with a slight advantage going into their final stock. It's a couple of hits here. At 55, but Gavin getting some hits, trying to even it back up. Oh yeah, this game could go either way. This one's down to the finish.
Their techs are incredible. Their dash attacks are awesome. Their tilts are solid.
Their shields exist. It's going to throw out all the movesets, apparently.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
From
Gavin takes it with the
stopping
spike
the
and a
recovery.
great win there. As we saw one of the
crucial
closest
one for him.
matchups of the day. We head over to game 4 between Mitch and Nate. Mitch and Nate over in this game. Oh, tied up between Rosalina and Samus. This game both on their last stock. Mitch with the lead. Nate trying to come back, though.
Over at Group 1, the next matchup is going to be Micah versus Garrett. Micah versus Garrett.
Some hits in on this stock. Mitch trying to end it quick though. Both on their final stock. Nobody wants to take any chances. Nobody wants to do anything, trying to look fancy and mess it up. Either one of these guys could win, but right now we see Mitch with the lead. Shielding, some more shielding. There's a hit. All right. Oh, Nate came back in this one. This one's getting close again. Getting some hits. You can't be too cautious with Luna as well in this matchup with Rosalina. Fighting Nate's not got a lot left in him. Can he hold on? Can he recover from this? Able to get back on stage over Luna. Gets a nice little hit there. This game.
That could be it.
No, there's a nice recovery. Tried to get a spike. Couldn't quite. Rosalina could get a hit and finish it. No,
The
did not
shield.
happen.
Just soaking up those projectiles. Definitely
Yeah.
a tough matchup for Samus.
Yeah, one more big hit either way and this game is over. There it is. Rosalina takes it. Mitch with the win over Nate.
Nice match over there.
Right, we cut over to the game between Josh and Colin. Oh, that one ends as well. Sephiroth takes it. I believe that was Josh. All right, let's check out game number 1.
Over at Group 4, the next matchup is going to be Radley and Kyler. Radley and Kyler.
We've got Micah and Garrett playing. Micah playing all right, we've got Falco versus Ike. Captain Falco. Nope, just Falco. They're two separate characters. Falco and Ike playing this one. Ike with the lead. Falco trying to catch up and does. We see them tied at 2 stocks now. Falco
Right.
with significant damage though.
Group 3, the next matchup is Raiden versus Cooper. Raiden versus Cooper. Over at Group 2, the next matchup is Sanskar versus Beckham. Sanskar versus Beckham.
All right, this Micah versus Garrett match is pretty close. We see Micah with a slight lead as Ike right now. But when you're on the same stock, anything can happen. You can hit a couple of nice combos and it can go anybody's way. Yeah, Falco able to get some additional damage, closing the gap of what it was between where they were. But there we see Falco losing that stock. Ike up 2-1. Let's see how Garrett responds.
Now, in this matchup, they are both 3-1. So this matchup could be very crucial for the top 16 bracket.
Yeah, winner is basically guaranteed.
Yeah. The winner of the matchup at Group 1 will end up guaranteed into the top 16 bracket. Let's make some noise for Group 1!
All right, Garrett getting enough damage. He's right back in this game with Micah. If he can get a hit here, he can knock him off. They're both at 1 stock, and Garrett said not quite minimal damage, but doable damage to win this game. And there it is. We see it only at 50 damage, 1 stock to 1 stock here. Anybody can win this game.
A nice combo from Falco could take it, but and a nice couple hits there, but only 10%, so it looked like
Sometimes you
a
see
lot.
those amazing combos, and they do nothing. And
that's
wow,
it.
out of nowhere,
Okay.
Ike takes it.
I don't
The look
expect
on his
that.
face, he is like, what just happened?
The
Even the
DI,
players are confused in that one. That was wild.
I don't know if the DI was the wrong direction or something. What
that was-
happened? That must have been what happened
Yeah,
there.
but quite the finish in this one. Let's head over to another one of our games. Okay. Heading over to game 3. This game between Raiden and Cooper. These guys both at 3 stocks. Mega Man and Cineroar.
Group 1, the next match is Mitch versus Datavian.
Yeah, this game is pretty close as well, like many of our matches in this round have been. Again, I'm partial to Incineroar, as Incineroar is in my top 3. But Mega Man and Incineroar battling it out in this Raiden versus Cooper matchup. Right, not much hap. There we go. Hit, shielding there. There we go. We finally see some hits. This game is deadlocked at this point. Even though we're on the first stock, this might be one of those games we see go down to the final hit before we know who's going to win. both in the 140s, somehow still surviving. One big hit on either of them. There we go. Raiden
next
losing his
matchup-
first stock to Cooper.
Next matchup at Group 4 is Kellen and Beckett. Kellen and Beckett.
Right. Raiden trying to get this stock from Cooper before taking any damage. Cooper getting all the way back on the edge. Getting back to the edge. This game's still pretty close. And there we see it. Raiden getting the stock back from Cooper while holding minimum damage.
It is Kellen versus Beckett at Group 4. Radley.
This game. We see Cooper now taking a lead on Raiden. As he's only about 30 damage. A couple of big hits though, and that can change instantly. This game will be right back to dead even. But a couple of big hits from Cooper and we see it. So. Oh no! Raiden able to take him out of nowhere on very little damage already dealt. Able to take the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, that is a great look for Raiden Vincent and Cineroar. I haven't seen him play against this character a lot, but he's pretty confident in his Mega Man.
Alright, over here we got to see the Sandscar beat Beckham on game 2 as well. Sandscar is able to get the win in that game. And there we go, that's game.
Nice
Raiden
spike.
takes it.
From Raiden.
And we hear some good sportsmanship over there talking about nice plays.
Next matchup at Group 2 is Leanne and Denver. Leanne and Denver.
We've got Mitch and Datavion over here on game 1, which is Ness and Steve as the Enderman. They're both at 2. Datavion with a slight lead so far. Both of them able to get some nice little hits in there. But Datavion looking like he could take this stock away from Mitch with one big hit. And he does. I keep saying that and it keeps happening. My bad to anyone that happens to. But Mitch able to get a nice little hit with the lava block there. And that's throwing himself off to avoid it. And that's with a couple of nice little hits there as he knows that he only needs to take out one more stock. Doing everything he can. Able to recover from that big hit. Right, trying to mine, get some better materials, hit some better hits. There it is! Tied down at 1 stock between these two over at game 1. Datavion still with a pretty significant lead. There he goes. Nice off-screen PK Thunder. Gets Mitch. He said, I don't know how I got it. I just threw it up.
The next matchup at Group 3 is Preston versus Broden.
All right, here we see Kellen versus Beckett. It's Piranha Plant versus Samus. All right, as this game is going, we haven't seen much happening in the way of damage. Both avoiding each other as much as they can. Trying to get each other with projectiles. Uh-oh, gotta get on the stage now. Now we'll see some fighting happening in this game. As they are now required to and cannot hide. I like it though, it's strategy. There we go. Kellen getting some damage dealt on Beckett now. There we go. Get some hits on both sides of this game. Both staying on their side of the screen, not wanting to get hit by those long-range shots between Beckett and Kellen here. All right, now we're seeing some significant damage being dealt both ways. Pretty even matchup so far in this one. All right, there we go. Piranha Plant has some damage. Samus had some significant damage now. We might see both of them losing a stock pretty soon here. Beckett with a nice hit. Kellen able to get back on stage though, but Beckett takes it with another nice long-range hit from Piranha Plant. All right, hopping over to game 3 now. We've got Preston and Broden playing in this one. It is Game & Watch and Captain Falcon. This game almost dead even up until that last hit. Pretty early on though. So we're gonna keep watching, see if anybody takes any kind of significant damage. This late in the game, there shouldn't be anything that's too OP against anybody though. There we go. Preston losing his first stock to Broden there. Let's see how he responds. All right, running around it. 3 stocks to 1 stock here. Can Broden get the 3 stock, or can Preston come back with some nice hits? Running from him, saying, "You cannot hit me and kill me if I can't be hit." I like the strategy. I call it the Ferg special. Throwing some ham at him. Get those apples. Go pick him up. Hit him with a 7. Couldn't get to the apples in time. Able to give them to Captain Falcon, though, which is not good if you are Game & Watch. Able to get back on the edge. Captain Falcon with a nice hit, though. Trying to hit him with this hit. Couldn't quite get the Falcon punch. Still not in range for Falcon punch, but ham is always in range. When in doubt, ham it out. That's what I like to say for all of my Game & Watch players. But the Falcon punch hits, and that is that for that game. Broden with the win. Oh, also this game over on this game.
Now let's try it together.
All right, at game 1, we've got Noah versus Regan. Noah just gone. I hear him confused as to how it happened over there as well.
The next match at game 2 is Jonovan versus Sanskar. Jonovan versus Sanskar.
All right, in this Meta Knight versus Piranha Plant battle, Piranha Plant has been hit exactly 1 time by Meta Knight. Regan looking to take out Noah. Noah just happy to be here.
The next matchup at
He turned away from the game to tell me yes. I respect it. Noah just avoiding hits.
The next matchup at Group 3 is Arbor versus Jameson. Arbor versus Jameson.
All right, our game 4 matchup ended. All right, Regan about to take another stock from Noah, who said, "I'd rather be playing a ping pong tournament right now."
Game 4, we are going to have Alex versus Nora. Alex versus Nora.
So these two have been cheering each other on all day, and now they get to finally play against each other. This one will be fun to watch. All right, Noah just seeing if he can get one of these stocks from Regan. Laughing about it the whole way, though. Basically just asking Regan to SD here. And there he goes. Regan takes that one on game 1. All right, moving over to game 2. All right, we've got Jonovan and Sanskar on this one. Jonovan playing as Kirby, Sanskar as Kazuya. Jonovan up 3 stocks to 2 so far in this game. Nice little hit by Sanskar on Jonovan. But Jonovan pretty much gets the exact same hit back. Trying to get him. Oh, gets behind him. Just a punching and kicking combo. Couldn't get what he wanted there, but a nice little turnaround kick to take him out. Oh, and there goes Sanskar. Jonovan with the 3-1 lead.
Over at Group 1, we've got Jacob versus Caleb. Jacob versus Caleb.
All right, this game's still going on. All right, still watching this one. Kirby with a pretty significant lead. Sanskar trying to get this stock away from him. See if he can avoid the 3 stock. He just needs one good hit to get it to happen. Oh, he can't make it happen. Jonovan taking it from Sanskar.
Over at Group 2, the next matchup is Joshua Keller versus Colin D.
All right, this game we've got JMO versus Arbor. JMO already with the lead in this DDD versus Mewtwo matchup. Arbor saying, "I want none of that. Let me take your stock back." All right, this game is going. We're back on team. Here we go. All right. JMO looking to take this second stock. Arbor trying to fight back, but no, JMO is able to get it. Let's see if Arbor can fight back and get a stock here from JMO. Oh, JMO looking the wrong way. Arbor able to get him from behind. JMO can't get that on stage. Oh, just missed with the little tail whip there. JMO throws him, hits him with some hammer. Arbor just needs a good hit or two to get this stock over here. I'm still looking to get another stock. Oh, couldn't quite get him. Arbor just needs one more hit, I think, to take out JMO's first stock.
These are some of the last matches of the tournament. And over at Group 4, we've got two elementary kids playing their last match of the tournament. Everyone make some noise for the competitors at Group 4! Alex and Nora.
And we've got Nora playing Samus that she has all tournament. Alex playing Meta Knight. Nora winning this one so far, but still pretty close at 2-1. Alex could come back and make it a good game. Nora looking to get this win over Alex, though. Her friend, her buddy, every game they've played, I've heard them cheering for each other, but now it is fierce competition. There is no friends once you sit down on these platforms. Oh, there we go. Tied it up, Alex does. This game could go either way. This one's exciting. We like to see it. Nora, we got to see her practicing a lot today as well. Playing these Samus, getting real excited for wins. Alex was excited when he showed up as well. There it is. Nora wins this one over Alex.
Over at Group 3, it's gonna be Charlie versus Chris. Charlie versus Chris.
All right, we also see the Jacob-Caleb game come to an end on game 1. Jigglypuff not able to take that one. All right, now we have Josh and Colin in this game with Link and Ike. Josh playing as Link has a 3-2 lead so far on Ike. See what happens here. Oh, nice hit there. Takes out Josh to get that first stock. Staying in this game, Colin fighting hard against Josh. Josh still with the lead here, but Colin knows that he can come back in this thing, especially both being on 2 stocks. This is the crucial stock in this game. We're still looking, nice little boomerang from Josh to hit Colin. Only needs a couple more hits to take this stock. Oh, couldn't quite get that, and Josh able to make him pay with another boomerang and then grab Colin there. Takes the stock up to 1. Colin looking, knows he needs to get rid of this stock quick to have a chance of coming back in this game. Gets a couple of nice hits there. Josh counters with a couple of his own. There we go. We see Ike with a hit, getting hit back though. Ooh, almost just out of range on that down B there. Also of that. Josh makes him pay for the misses though. Yeah, if you're gonna miss, don't do it against Josh. Wow, able to keep fighting in the air. Somehow stays up, gets Josh down to 1, but Josh does win that game over Colin. All right, we've seen some amazing matchups so far as we're moving into the final matchups of our Swiss rounds here in game 1. We've got a few games left.
Over
on
at
each of our
Group
groups.
2, it's Evan Keller versus Josh Brown. Evan Keller versus Josh Brown.
If anybody would want to get me a Dr. Pepper if there's any left, that would be awesome.
Same.
If not, we'll take water.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Game 3 online now. No, not quite. Trying to get some things figured out. They might need some help. Right as we come to the end of some of these games, we're still looking for a few more before we get into these rounds. So these last few matchups are crucial to these people trying to make their way into the top 16. It's been a lot of fun. We've seen some super close matchups, and we've seen some not so close. We've seen some fun characters getting to play against each other as well. But as we get into these last few, at the conclusion of our final Swiss round, we're going to take a short break before going into our round of 16. Randon's been asked to stand up. JMO wanted to see his shirt, apparently, that he showed you earlier. We're not quite sure.
Kirby, and
why.
we've seen
Here
some
we go.
Kirby mains today.
We got a game starting now on game 2. This is Evan. This is Josh.
Go!
Oh, they forgot to set their names. Great. They're both just going to SD. All right. Never mind. We've got game 3 up and running now, though, between Chris and Charlie. This is Steve versus Sora. Steve taking a pretty early lead on this. It's still stock 1, so anybody's game over here. Oh no, there goes Steve, not able to hold on to the screen. Chris taking a 3-2 lead early on in this game. All right, nice little battle going here. Sora getting some nice hits on Steve, not letting him get the minecart hit. Steve saying, I'm gonna get too far away that you cannot reach me. Would have been a nice for that thunder attack there, not able to get it out though. Steve throwing Sora there, trying to catch up in stocks again, down by a stock. There's the thunder attack. Able to recover is Steve though. Not able to get hit again. Oh, can't quite get on the feet. Charlie just fighting, is now ice. Able to run away from the next hit though and make it to the ground. Get a hit on Chris and try to get a combo, not quite able to though. Oh, Chris with a nice hit. Can Charlie recover? Not quite. We see Chris take a 3-1 lead, and we cut over to Evan and Josh. All right, we've got Sephiroth versus Cloud for it. Oh, they both lose stocks immediately after each other. This game could not be more tied. That was fun to watch. Here we go. This Josh and Evan matchup going on. Making some throws on their second stock. Both trying to not be the first one to take damage. Sephiroth is the first one. That is Josh. And we just saw Chris win in game 3 over Charlie as well. All right, both these guys just doing their best to not get hit, less than hit each other. Interesting strategies. Oh, wow. Almost saw them both go down again. But we see Evan able to stay on and get back into this battle as Josh has now fallen down 2-1, trying to get enough hits to get back into this game. We'll see if it happens. Again, we see long periods of time without hits between these two. Both very good at the evasive maneuvers. And then after this game, we'll have one more match. These guys,
Beckham and Sheldon, you guys are on deck. You're ready to play the next match at Group 2. As soon as this one's finished.
oh, not quite able to get him there. Will we see Evan win this game, or is Josh going to have an incredible comeback? Oh, there we go. Ties it up. But at 136, is he going to be able to hold on at all against Evan? Some nice hits there. He survived it, though, at 160 now. Able to come back, get 30 damage put on Evan. Again, some evasive maneuvers, not letting anybody get hit here. Josh just trying to survive, has done a pretty good job. 67, 74 damage that has not been countered by Evan at all. Evan knows he just needs a hit here. Both just avoiding each other at all costs. There it is, Evan able to take the lead after quite the comeback.
Okay, Beckham and Sheldon, you guys are up.
All right, we are going into our last game of this first round of Swiss between these two. After this, we reveal who our top 16 are.
Who are top 16 and who won the best in elementary and the best in middle school.
Yeah, so super excited to see those things, so don't go anywhere. We've got this last match, and then we've got our round of 16 with some awards to hand out in the middle. And how do you feel so far about today's tournament? Yeah. Yeah, so as we see this last game going in, they're selecting names, getting ready for this game that could be incredibly important for either of these two players. Yeah, so all right, still selecting. We've got Captain Falcon and Dark Samus as the choices. Let's get into the gameplay. All right, we see this game going, but... All right, here we go. This game between Sheldon and Beckham going strong. Sheldon with a pretty early lead so far, but Beckham could always come back. It's only the first stop. Looking to make some things happen. Getting a little bit of damage is Beckham. Sheldon just getting a nice start to the game. And there we see Sheldon taking that first stock. Here we go, Beckham getting a couple of hits in. And get some cheers from the crowd as well. He's got a couple of friends out here rooting for him to win some of these games. There we go, yeah. All right, Sheldon's getting him with a couple of hits, got some significant damage on this second stock. Kellen just looking to avoid some hits, get some nice damage, and hope to get a stock away from Sheldon by the time his third is gone. There we see the second stock away from Beckham. Ooh, able to avoid that hit. Nice maneuvering by Beckham. Sheldon able to get him back up in the air, though. Get a nice little throw. Sitting at 72 damage on his first stock, though, so we could potentially see him lose this stock. Beckham's still fighting. He didn't care what the score looks like. He wants to get as much damage dealt, trying to do everything he can to come back in this game. But there it is. Sheldon takes the game at 3 stocks of sportsmanship we see between them there. And that is our final game of our Swiss round, which means we're about to find out who is gonna make our top 16, as well as who our best in elementary and our best in middle school is. So yeah, Brandon's coming back up here. We're getting ready to announce those. Who is ready to see who won our 2 junior divisions, as well as going into the final 16?
Now, guys, have you guys had a great time at this tournament? We finished the first stage of the tournament. Now, Ferg, we're gonna be announcing first the best in elementary. This is the competitor that had the best record, and they're in elementary school.
All right, we're looking at the stats. We're gonna see who it is.
Now, with a 3-2 record, the winner of the best in elementary, I need you guys to make some noise for Nora! She's not in the room right now.
Where? Oh,
I don't know. She's in the back.
We
She's
got
right
her back there.
Come on up, Nora.
Yeah, come claim your prize, Nora. Congratulations to you.
A lot of elementary competitors competed. Here you go. You get to stand right in the front here. Hold that up. Show everybody your best in elementary prize. Give it up for all the elementary competitors in today's tournament. Great job.
All right, Nora, go celebrate by making your mom buy you things in the concession stand.
There you go, there you go. Now, we're gonna be announcing the best in middle school. We had 8 people that competed. Now, Ferg, we kind of have an interesting thing that happened here. 3 middle schoolers went 3-2.
Wow.
3 middle schoolers were able to went 3-2.
So we have a 3-way tie.
A 3-way tie.
Which means they have to play rock, paper, scissors to figure out who won?
No. A 3-way rock, paper, scissors. No, actually, one of them made it to the top 16 bracket and the other 2 did not.
Okay, wow.
One of them made it.
With
So
seating in their
a
things.
middle schooler was able to make it to the top 16 bracket. And the winner of the best in middle school was Broden! Come on up, Broden!
Very excited to see him excited on that.
Here you go, stand right up there. We're gonna get some pictures real quick.
All right.
Stand one step up.
Step into the middle, onto that. There you go. It'll be fine. Awesome. Great job, Broden. Make some noise again for Broden.
Congratulations to all of our elementary and middle school guys. Do you guys like to see them competing in this tournament? We love to see the young ones and middle school are even making it to the top 16 bracket.
Yeah, it's insane.
Now, with that, we know our first person in the top 16 bracket, but I think it's find out who else is in the top 16 bracket.
Yeah, this is like March Madness. We're getting to announce everybody.
Yes. Now, there were multiple people that went 3 and 2, but because there's so many people in this competition, some of those people did not make it. So our tiebreakers, your head-to-head matchups, and then your opponent win percentage, and that kind of figured out all of the tie breaks. But right now, the top 4 in each group is going to end up on the screen. The top 4 in every match, in every group.
We are in the way.
Yeah. Oh, we can switch to that view. There we go. The top 4. In Group 1, we have Devin, Gavin, Micah, and Garrett. At Group 2, we have Leanne, Joshua, Keller, Sheldon, and Jonathan. At Group 3, we got Cooper, Aiden, Luke, and Broden. And at Group 4, we have Kyler, Radley, Mitchell, and Nay. Give it up for our top 16. Now, in just a second here, we're going to start the final bracket. Now, I have a couple things to explain. Now, since we started out in groups, they all played on one Nintendo Switch, so they're going to have to set up their controls, give them a little thing. But because it's the top 16 bracket, we want to make it a little more competitive. They're going to be playing best 2 out of 3 in these matches, and whoever wins 2 will get to move on to the next round. Now, we are giving out prizes.
Yes.
But we don't have prizes for everyone in the top 16.
No, you got to win your first match.
You got to win your first match. You got to make it into the top 8 to win some prizes. We're going to be taking some pictures, giving out those awards for the top 8 after the final bracket is done. So, with that, I think we should get started with the bracket, see who's going against each other. So, in our top 16, you'll see the matches come up here. We're about to assign the match stations. Now, these matches, the seating, I don't know if that's right. Is the seating right? The seating right? Yeah, seating is right up here. It might, on my screen, it's wrong. So that is who's going to be playing against. First up, we're going to have Devin and Broden. You guys are going to be at Station 2. Devin and Broden, you guys are at Station 2. Then the match after that, Joshua and Mitchell, you guys are going to be at Station 4. At Station 4. The number will appear after you guys get there. The next matchup after that, we got Kyler and Jonathan. Kyler and Jonathan, you guys are going to be at Station 3. Station 3. Kyler and Jonathan, go ahead and set up your controls. Get ready. You guys are playing a best 2 out of 3. Still same settings in the tournament mode. Make sure you have your controls and everything. Over at Station 1, we're going to have the number 6 seed Aiden versus the number 9 seed Micah. Aiden versus Micah at Station 1. Make sure to grab your controllers. If you got controllers at other stations, make sure to take those. The station numbers are up on the TV, 2, 4, 3, and 1. That is the station you were at. That is the station you were at on the screen. Now, I do want to give a big shout out to Regan, who put together this bracket for us. Everyone make some noise for Regan! Thank you, Regan, for this awesome tech upgrade this tournament.
I also want to say that before these matches get going, this is your prime time to grab a snack at the concession stand. So go see Aubrey. She's bored. She needs friends. Go talk to her. Buy a snack. Buy a drink.
Dr. Pepper.
Buy a hot dog.
Not sponsored, though. Everyone's putting in their names and their controls.
I got to give everybody time to make sure all their controls are in. All right, it's time. I need another hot dog. So is Group 4 getting ready over here.
When you guys are ready, you're good to start your matches. Remember, this is a best 2 out of 3, so we're gonna be trying to keep our best track of who's what the record is in each match. Now we're gonna be highlighting the outer stages a little more on this one. Station 1 is our highlighted match for this one, the 6th seed versus the 9th seed.
We do have Station 4 already going. It is a brawler, or a sword, which one is that? Sword fighter versus Rosalina. This is our game, and that is Josh versus Mitch. Josh versus Mitchell. So looking at this one, fairly close to begin this round so far. Seeing if we can see some change going on in it. These are our 7 and 12, so this one could also be a fairly close game. According to their rankings, they're not that far ranked apart. We could see either one of these winning this game. All right, we see Rosalina getting a nice little throw on the sword fighter, being played by Josh. Mitch is Rosalina, trying to get back up on stage, is able to. Josh able to get another nice little hit there as well. All right, we've now got all 4 of our games getting into their first round of action. Remember, this is best 2 out of 3. So whoever wins the first one, whoever loses that still has a chance to come back and win the match overall. We've got a nice little game going on over on 4 between Mitchell and Josh right now. Both of them playing really well, getting some high damage and staying alive with it.
Yeah, nice first stock taken off.
Yeah, Mitchell takes the lead there.
Keller was our runner-up at our last tournament, but he's been facing some tough competition here. Mitchell barely staying alive there, able to recover. Joshua Keller.
He's going to get back from that one as well at 172. Just refusing to go down is Rosalina.
They're still... I mean, this is very, very good for Mitchell, whether or not he gets as much damage. He's got that momentum. He's got a lot of momentum. If he's able to stay alive at this high of a percentage.
Yeah, and he needs as much as he can get. We see Josh go down in these, but Josh takes that stock. And with that, we're cutting over to game 1. Game 1, we've got Aiden versus Micah. This is our 9th seed and our 6th seed. Again, one of our closest competitions that you can have in this format.
Yeah, again, it's not exactly first through versus 16th because it avoids if you played each other in the first pool.
Right.
So like the first person is going to go against the next best or next worst space on the seed.
Right, but in this game, we see both of them already at 2 stocks. Seeing who's gonna take this first stock. Is it gonna be Aiden or is it or second stock? Sorry, between Aiden and Micah.
Game 2,
Micah takes it from Aiden.
Game 2, we see Captain Falcon taking. It's a mirror match, Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon on Captain Falcon.
That was Devin getting the win over Broden in the first game.
All right, so Devin takes that one 1-0 as well. Over here, we see a game ending. JMO taking, it's listed as JMO. Who took that win? We see Kyler taking that win. And if this game is down to the final stocks, we'll watch this one through to the end. In game 1 of this matchup between these 2. Right. Both of them taking some damage. Either one could still win this first match in their round. But there we see a first round win for Micah. Micah taking that one over Aiden.
Now Aiden has played in a top bracket before, so he's looking to try to bounce back from that loss.
And there we see Josh taking game 1 in his game as well. Big sigh of relief over there. Getting to see that, jumping over here to game 2. All right, in game 2, we've got Devin and Broden. This is their second matchup already. Broden down a stock, both of them at heavy damage in the stock they're at. Ooh, Devin able to take the second stock from Broden here. Let's see if Broden can come back or if it's just going to seem too much down a game and down 2 stocks. We've seen crazy comebacks.
Yeah, and this is just a crazy thing that Momentum does after you get that first match win. Like, you're going to be confident into that second match.
Yeah, but there we see Broden getting a stock on Devin.
Yeah, but it's such a high percentage.
But there it is. Devin taking it over Broden, and he is our first to move on to the top 8. Yeah, y'all don't have to worry about that. Back over to game 1. Game 1 again. This is Aiden and Micah. These two again, the 9 and the 6 seeds going at it. All right, we see someone down 3-1 here. All right, trying to stay alive at that 110 with their third stock. Trying to stay alive on their last stock no matter where they are. This is not super close right now, but that could change. We've seen it happen. Able to get back up onto the edge.
Now over at Group 2, we're going to have Leanne versus
There we
Nate.
go.
Leanne versus Nate.
We see a first stock loss there. Not able to hold on to that 3-stock lead, but still significant as they're only just now on their second stock.
Congrats to Broden. I mean, he went out in the first game. He was the only middle schooler to make it that far in the tournament.
Yeah, very impressive. Kudos to him.
Now Aiden's looking to stay alive.
And there we go. We've got game over on game 1. That's 2 out of 3, and I believe Micah takes it.
A chance to grow.
Hey,
All right, Aiden,
we
who
got
won
the
that?
matchup for you. We got it for you.
Who won? You won? Micah, okay. Thought so. Had to make sure. All right, cutting over to game 4. We've got Josh and Mitch over here on game 4, both at 2. Josh gets the win. He moves on. Mitch needs this to stay alive and go to the 3rd game.
Over at Group 1, we're going to have Gavin versus Luke. Gavin versus Luke.
Right, Rosalina does have the lead in this one over Josh. We might see this go into a 3rd game. Still fighting though. This is still anybody's game, even though there's an entire stock difference. We've seen Josh fight.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in down situations, but it's been pretty crazy. Now over at game 3, we saw the match finish. It was like Kyler took it over Donovan.
Yeah, it looks like Kyler won that one. Winning the 2nd game.
Now these are big matchups. The people that win, these matchups are going to the top 8, and they're in the prize money. Congratulations to those people that are making that far.
This game looking like it's gonna go into a 3rd one. Josh getting this. There it is. Game 3 is imminent. All right, cutting over to game 2 on the left side of our bracket here. We've got Leanne versus Nate, the 2 seed versus the 13 seed.
Over at Group 3, we've got Cooper versus Garrett. Cooper versus Garrett.
Nate has a early lead on in this game, but it is just the very first stock of the first game. So we're gonna see what this Wii Fit Trainer versus Samus battle does. Nate still with a slight lead, still only on the first stock though. All right, Leanne getting right back into this game, pretty much ties it up. Can Nate get back on stage? He can. I forget, everyone's better recovery.
Yeah, both of these players really stick to these mains, Wii Fit Trainer and Samus. They both love these characters, and I think it's really beneficial to play the same character over and over. Like, it's you confident. I mean, it might be beneficial to have multiple mains, but
yeah, depending on matchups. And there we go. Leanne takes the first stock from Nate.
yeah, that's a big knockout. You want to win with that first stock.
We've got some time left in this one. We'll see one more stock, and then we're going to go to game 3 of the Josh versus Mitch game.
Oh, and they both push to try to knock out the opponent that down spike the in the.
Nate trying to get this first stock from Leanne. Leanne shielding and throwing some soccer balls, trying to avoid losing a stock for as long as she possibly can.
Both charging up their ranged attacks.
Oh, and Nate's able to make his hit, but not enough.
Wow.
Leanne stays on, but there it is.
And stays on the stage.
Able to knock Leanne and take the 2-2 stock lead. But there it is. Nate is gone. Leanne immediately answers back. Let's watch the finish of the game 3 on session 4 between Mitch and Josh. We see Mitch lose his first stock right there.
Because it is the top 16 bracket, these matches are best 2 out of 3. The match over at Group 4 is in Game 3. Let's hear it for those competitors over at Game 3!
Yeah.
Group 4.
Yeah.
Group 4.
Group 4.
Sorry, Group 4.
Yeah, Group 4. This is winner take all. The winner of this moves on. The loser, your journey stops here.
Yeah, Joshua Keller versus Mitchell. It's heating up in the top 16. One of them gets to move on, and one of them hits the end.
Yeah. So no one wants to lose in this, especially not in a 7-12 matchup. Again, a close matchup between them.
Now, we've seen Keller in a 1-1 situation before, and he's really delivered in those close matchups.
Yeah, we've seen him down 1-0. We've seen him tied 1-1. We've not seen Mitch in this situation. This is the first time he's been with us going to these tournaments. So excited to see how he responds to this Game 3 pressure.
Joshua Keller definitely with the higher seed going into this, but that doesn't don't take anything away from Mitchell there. Still had to fight through a tough group in order to get here. Pigs.
All right, still avoiding getting hit. But oh, there we see Josh take a 3-1 lead in Game 3. And now Rosalina gets him.
Now it's just
Mitch
2-1.
takes out Josh, 2-1. Both at 0 damage on this stock. Over on Game 1, we just saw.
And Game 2.
Yeah, we just saw Gavin take out Luke. Leanne just won this game as well over Nate. So we're gonna watch the end of this one, and then we've got a couple of other games we can go watch that might be ending in their second game as well. But this game, coming down to it, Mitch does not want to lose this on 2 stocks. He said, if I'm going down, it's going to 1 stock. Not going down without a fight. Trying to come back all the way from 3-1. Might be able to make it happen.
Definitely getting an early kill with a lower percentage would be the key for Rosalina here.
Yeah, Mitch needs a KO pretty soon on this. If not in the next couple of hits, cannot take much more damage to feel like they have a chance here.
Keller getting a couple, getting a juggle there, trying to stop.
Not able to. Nice shield on the wraparound attempt by Rosalina there.
Keller trying to.
All right, a hit here might get him down to 1 stock. Couldn't make it happen. Gets the shield, throws him up, just leaves him there.
Keller doesn't want to go to the last stock here because that gives Mitch the momentum.
Yeah, we see 2 guys knowing what these next couple of hits mean. There's a lot riding on. There it is. Mitch able to get Josh down to his last stock. Josh takes a deep breath.
Down to 105%. This is looking crazy. We're going to have to see the result of this match. Luma is taken out. Let's see. Mitch is able to recover.
Mitch able to recover. Josh has only taken 3 damage on this last stock, though.
Trying to stay on there.
There it is. Josh takes it from Mitch.
Joshua Keller winning the first Game 3 of our top 16 bracket. Looks like we had another match just end.
Salute the sun.
We see Cooper winning Game 1 over on Session 3. We're in Game 2 right now between Nate and Leanne as well. And also in Game 2 between Gavin and Luke. Gavin up in that one. This one's pretty close. Leanne with an advantage so far. Let's see if she can get the stock over Nate.
Now we've got Radley and Sheldon getting started at Group 4. This is that's their last match of
All right, there we go. Nate down. on this one. Leanne up 2-1. Let's see how Nate responds.
Nate trying to stay alive. It takes a lot of effort. When you're facing opponents that are just as high skill as you, it feels like every single moment is just so much pressure on you. Every moment can change the game.
Oh, there we go. This game, final. Leanne taking it from Nate. We also just going final. Gavin over Luke. Seeing both of those. Let's see what's happening on game 3 right now between Cooper and Garrett. Cooper is up 1-0.
Now Nate, still an impressive tournament. Went top 4 last time, but is out in the top 16.
Yeah. Just with twice as many people in this tournament this time, we're seeing some new. All right, and this matchup between these two, Cooper and Garrett. This is our 3 versus our 16 seed. Cooper is up a stock so far with Incineroar. Already won game 1. All right, still looking at this one. Still 3-2. Gonna see if we can get another stock and tie it up at 2, or if it's gonna go down to 3-1.
Garrett is able to recover there, but Cooper has all the lead, all the advantage in this second game.
Yeah.
He's already up 1-0. I mean, we've seen in most of these matches, the person that goes up 1-0 takes it 2-0.
Yeah, but now Coop is up 3 stocks to 1. It's not looking good for Garrett, but we know that anything can happen. We can see some nice hits, some nice combos, some SDs. We've seen a lot happen in these games that have turned the tide.
Garrett's gonna have to come back here. A stock. He needs a stock.
One more
just
hit
gotta get
should
that.
take this stock, though.
He tries. It doesn't.
No, Cooper is just able to get back. Cooper with an incredible recovery. Wow, just able to get it there as well.
Their recovery is just incredible at this level. When you see these matchups.
There we go. We see Garrett taking that first stock away from Cooper, but is it too little, too late, or is he going to be able to come back on this?
Can Garrett Kruger make it to the next part of this match?
I don't know. If his family name says anything, Cooper should be scared. Alright, we're going to continue to watch this one as it's heating up here at the end. Garrett making somewhat of a comeback so far.
Oh, over at game 4, we had Radley losing the first game
Sheldon taking
against
game
Sheldon.
1. And we'll show the game 2 action as soon as this one's over.
Both at a high percentage right now. Still Cooper with all the advantage despite losing a stock.
We could see Garrett get him down to 1 stock here, which, you know, may not be enough, but that's amazing.
Oh, and that's going to be it.
It. Almost able to get there.
Yeah.
But Coop takes game 2 and the match. Let's get over to Sheldon and Radley for our final round 1 matchup. Sheldon up 1-0 in this match. Both sticking. Bradley with his Rob main, Sheldon with Captain Falcon. Sheldon so far in this second game has done significantly more damage. Now Sheldon just refusing to get hit at this point. And there it goes, first stock away from Radley.
We've seen Sheldon in tournament experience before. Radley last time barely missed the top cut, but made it into the top cut here.
Yeah, so you know he's excited. There might be some nerves ringing through him. But Sheldon's already got him to 104 damage on his second stock here. See if he can get back up.
Still able to recover.
And Sheldon right there with him on the way back up that wall. Tried to just get him
A
down
nice
with his
combo
fight.
from Radley, hitting multiple air attacks.
Yeah, Radley getting some damage done now. Trying to get himself back in this thing. There we go. We see another hit from Sheldon there. Both of them get back on stage. Radley just can't quite make the hit. Able to avoid getting hit until that moment, though. Let's see how he responds. And there it is, the second stock. Sheldon up 3-1.
Radley one stock away from being out of this tournament. Sheldon looking to take a commanding victory going into the top 8. To the quarterfinals. A nice top throw from Radley keeps him on the stage. Grabbing a throw and takes out Sheldon's first stock.
Yeah, there we see, like we said, even down 3-1, we've seen people come close to making comebacks. Will this be the time we see an actual comeback from 3-1? Radley needs to win
multiple
more
up
than
airs in a
Sheldon.
row. This is not where Radley wants to be. He has got to get in a good spot.
Oh, whoa.
Staying alive somehow. I don't know how that happened.
The screen lied to us. Oh,
Radley
no
able to
way.
recover. It's one stock to
Sheldon
one
falls.
stock.
Radley technically still in this thing. There
And
it
that's
is.
it. Sheldon takes it.
But Radley had one really good comeback, but Sheldon takes it and advances in to the round of 8.
Now, let's give it up for the top 16 competitors. You guys did amazing. Great job. It was an amazing fight out of every person in the top 16. But now, we're moving on to the top 8.
Yeah, this top 8, this is where things are gonna get intense. Everyone in this round has already won some type of prize, but they're looking for more. It's more than just the prize money. This is about proving who the best Smash player in this building is.
Now, we want to know from you guys, who are you rooting for on the Twitch stream? Chat it and shout it out right now. Who do you guys think is going to take this tournament?
I have no idea who anybody said.
Yeah, a lot of different names, and I like that, a lot of it.
Yeah,
This
you
could
all,
be anyone.
I heard none of those names.
Now, we're going to start out with the matchups in order of... Okay, the first matchup is going to be Devin versus Joshua Keller over at Group 1. Devin versus Joshua Keller. Okay, well, let's do the next matchup is also going to be Cooper and Sheldon at Group 4. Cooper and Sheldon at Group 4.
All right, we're gonna run 2 matches at a time for this. That way we get a chance to watch everybody. With this being the final 8, we want everyone to see as much gameplay as possible. All right, they're getting their characters selected. We're already almost ready to go over here on stage 1 between Josh and Devin. Yes, they are already getting ready. Let's get right into the gameplay.
3, 2,
This is Gavin. Devin versus Joshua.
Yeah, we got Hero versus Ike here.
Joshua's starting out strong with a quick 42%, 49%.
Yeah, Josh not wanting to fall behind at any point during these matches. He does not like playing from behind, so he knows he has to pounce on him early.
Joshua Keller has been in multiple bad situations in this tournament, but trying to get that quick advantage. He doesn't want to be down in this matchup.
Yeah, he doesn't, but Devin's able to come back and get some more damage on him as well. Devin is our 1 seed on this bracket right now, with Josh being the 7th seed. But there we go, we see Josh taking out Devin's first stock.
That is an important stock to take when you're the lower seed going to a higher seed matchup. It doesn't matter what you came from, you got to get that first stock.
Yeah, that first stock, that's what gives you the confidence and some momentum going forward into the game. We have our other game getting started now. This is a game between Cooper and Sheldon. These two also getting ready over on stage 4. We'll be going back and forth between the matches as stocks are moving.
Yeah, Joshua Keller getting all the lead in this stock too. I don't know what's happening here, but Devin after a quick 2-0, not looking good right now.
Yeah, but I don't see him being down for long. I think he's the kind of guy that can come back from this, if not this game, in the second game.
Yeah, a nice hit
Not
But
quite
Keller
able to get him
recover.
right there. We're gonna see if he can take this stock before losing his next one, or if he's gonna go down 3-1.
We love the sword matchups here. Oh, and that's
And
a
yeah.
stock.
Yeah, that's down 3-1.
3-1.
All right, looks like Josh is about to lose this stock though to Devin. We'll see if he can get any damage before
Nice
being...
shield. Another nice shield. And able to start getting rack up some damage. Oh, and Joshua Keller is just shielding every single attack that Devin tries to bring. And that's just the key to this match
Wow.
right now. Keller
Wow.
almost
Wow.
taking him out. And
Wow.
Keller just with the 3 stock.
3-0
The
stock
3
over
stock in
Devin.
game 1.
But it's
That
not
was
over
crazy.
yet. They still have another match, and if Devin wins, then game 3 is super important.
Now
All right.
over at Group 4, we've got another matchup happening.
Cooper and Sheldon. I think that's Pyra.
Now Cooper definitely coming in as a higher seed going into this one.
Yeah, but both of these people have proven that they have what it takes to win this thing. Cooper is up 3-1 in this first round.
Could we see a similar story to that last match that we just saw?
Yeah, we did see a 3-stock win over on screen 1, and it's close to where they were in this exact point.
Cooper getting all the initial hits here. Cooper taking the advantage here. Just wants to end this quickly, I guess.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Knowing that Sheldon's a great competitor and really good at this game, he doesn't want to take any chances of letting him come back. And then on the other hand, you have Sheldon doing everything he can to show that even down 3-1, he's still in this
It
game.
was a nice tech to be able to get off that ledge guard there. Cooper with a nice hit to send.
Yeah, Sheldon just hanging in here on this third stock.
We see another 3-stock victory. Oh, that might be... Okay, that was close. A
Able
nice
to get back,
recovery.
kicked off again, gotta get back again.
Gets back, gets
Oh,
some
and
hits.
gets the hit.
Able to stay off of the ledge. Just some bouncing around, some shielding. Let's see what happens here. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Not a
We see
3-stock, not a 3-stock.
Yeah, like I said, Sheldon did not want to go down like that. He said, even if I lose this first game, I'm going to show you what I made of it, come back and try to win the second.
and he almost gets taken out right there. That's exactly
Yeah.
the answer Cooper has to have.
Yeah, but Sheldon trying to build momentum towards the end of this game. Even if he can't win it, he wants the momentum going into game 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what this game is all about. We're in a best 2 out of 3. Momentum matters so much.
Yeah, even dropping the first game, anything can still happen in games 2 and 3. Sheldon fighting in this one, still staying alive, and then I spoke too soon. Cooper takes game 1, and we switch back over to the other guys. All right, Josh and Devin tied at 2, not a 3-star, much closer this round.
Devin with the advantage right now, but Keller with a nice stock taken out at 90%.
Let's see if Devin can respond quickly here and try to force a game 3. Yeah, there it is. Without taking a lick of damage there, he's able to force it down to a 1-stock v 1-stock. Last man standing in this thing.
Yeah, this match was getting intense. Now, Joshua Keller doesn't want to be in another 1-1 situation. We see him in that so many times. He just doesn't want to be there again.
Yeah, he wants to take this 2-0, get a break, go into the top 4, but Devin's got other plans.
It's just nice plays from Keller and Devin. The skill level was so great. Oh, but not able
quite
to recover.
able to do it. And we get to see Devin win this one. We're going to game 3.
Going to game 3 over at
Extremely
Group 1.
Exciting. And here we go. Game 2 between Cooper and Sheldon starting now.
This is exactly what Devin wanted going into his third match.
Yeah, and that's the one seed. We expect him to win at least one of those games, and he did. Showing why he is the 1 seed, able to come back against Josh. All right, now we've got this game between Cooper and Sheldon, playing the same characters that they did in round 1. Let's see if Sheldon can have the tides turn in this game and get this win against Cooper, or if Cooper takes it 2-0.
It's a lot of shooting, a lot of technique. So just they're going to be avoiding each other's attacks. They don't want to be staying still for too long, because that's where your opponent gets that opportunity to strike. and try to take out that first stock.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so far, we see Pyra, we see Coop with an early lead, but still on the first stock. Anybody can win this. We might see Sheldon get some combos here and go ahead and take that first stock first.
Yeah, this juggling up in the air is not good.
Yep, and there it is. Coop takes the first stock from Sheldon. Sheldon now trying to hop back in this thing and get a quick stock and tie this thing back up at 2.
Cooper's recovery is just frame perfect, though. It doesn't matter where the position is.
Yeah. So, and then looking at this, if Coop wins this, it's done. He moves on.
Ooh.
Sheldon there gets the stock, though. Sheldon knows what this game means in the grand scheme of things.
Sheldon has to win. Has to win this game.
Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Once you're down 1-0, you have to do everything in your power to win that next game.
You're just on the edge.
Oh, there we go. We
But
see
that is
Sheldon
not
go
going
down.
to be good for Sheldon's momentum.
No, especially with Cooper only at 10 damage on this stock. Sheldon's got a lot of ground to make up, but I think he's good enough to do it. Let's see if Coop's gonna let him.
Now with the stock advantage, Cooper just trying to get that last stock. Oh, and we see in the other game, Joshua Keller getting another lead.
Yeah, Josh was up 3-1 with Hero versus Paltina in that one. But Josh had 102 damage. Let's see if Devin can take out a stock. We're gonna stay here for the end of this one as well, though. There it is. We see it.
That's that.
Coop wins and advances. Let's catch the end of this other game between Josh and Devin.
Now this is the last stock for Devin. Let's make some noise for the matchup happening right here, the quarterfinals. Joshua Keller versus Devin.
Devin's got a lot of ground to make up, but as the 1 seed, you know that if anybody can pull this off, it's Devin.
The winner of this match will get to be in the semifinals.
Yeah, that's exactly
what
right.
I want to see.
Oh, there it is.
And
Josh
that's
is
a
out.
3-stock win from
Wow.
Keller.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything sandwiched like that before.
You love to see the comeback from Devin in the second game.
Yeah.
Played Joshua Keller so close, but Keller in both of his victories, a 3-stock win.
Yeah, he had a 3-stock and then loses the middle game and responds to that with another 3-stock victory.
We just don't normally see this in any kind of competition.
Yeah, that's insane. But let's get into our next round of players for this round. All right, now over on screen number 1, we're gonna have Kyler and Micah. Kyler and Micah to screen number 1, and to screen number 4, Leanne and Gavin. We've got some great matchups. We're gonna let them take some time, get their controls inputted in their new switches.
Now in these matchups, we're seeing some people are more variety players, and we saw that out of Joshua Keller and Devin's play style. But a lot of these matches coming up, these people stick to the same character the whole tournament.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see at least 2, maybe 3 games of Fox versus Wii Fit Trainer over here
And
on
then
game
Wolf.
4.
Wolf.
Again,
Gavin
same
correcting
game.
you.
No, it's Wolf and Wii Fit Trainer over there. I'm not sure who to expect from this screen over here. All right, they're getting their control set. It's gonna take them a little bit. Hey, Aubrey, you wanna make me a hot dog?
We could eat more hot dogs over here, guys. These hot dogs are amazing. Yeah. So make sure to get some hot dogs. That's all I have to say.
Go to the concession stand, get a hot dog, get a drink, get a snack.
That's our commercial break.
Yeah, it's our concession stand. Yeah, go buy stuff, help support Speed the Light.
Now this is very important matches. This is a top 8 and the winner gets to go into top 4. And let's talk about the difference between top 4 and top 8. Like, what does it take to get into that next level of the competition?
Yeah, so what you see in these matchups, you see a level of motivation coming in these top 8 matchups that you don't quite even see in the top 16. So when you get into the top 8, you know that you're against 7 of the other best players. We started with 40, we're down to 8. So you know that you're into the nitty-gritty of this thing. The concentration, the focus, everything that you need is in these top 8 matchups to get to the Final Four. If you're missing something, if you have a slip-up of any kind of SD, one missed move, you're missing your chance to be in the top 4 because the person you're playing is one of the best people that's in this tournament.
Yeah, and it just every level of the competition, it just gets there. It gets to that higher level of competition where you're like, I can't go easy. I gotta try my hardest, and sometimes that's helpful for some people, and sometimes that's like devastating for others.
Yeah, so we see 2 people, again, loyalists to their characters, playing at this insanely high level. 2 people that, from the beginning, I thought we might see playing each other later on, but in the top 8, I know one of them is going to be upset to be going home. We're going to get to see which one of them is good enough to move on to the Final Four.
Now, I'm expecting a game 3 here unless somebody just starts barrel rolling with their getting all the stocks, but I expect a game 3 out of our previous tournament winner in Gavin. But we've seen some incredible
Gavin
matchups.
losing his
Gavin
first
lost
stock to
that
Leanne there. Man,
The-
Wii Fit Trainer has been no joke with Leanne in this tournament.
Yeah, there might be a caster's curse there, but still, it's just a tough competition here.
Yeah, but knowing Gavin, he's not going to let one stock get to him. He knows what he's doing in these tournaments. Again, we've seen him win in a tournament before. And so, but we have not seen Leanne in a tournament yet. So we get to see what she's made of in this game right here. So this is intense. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But Leanne does have a lead so far with 1 stock and more damage dealt. Yeah, not looking to take any damage. Gavin on his heels, trying to get as many hits to land as possible. Not playing scared, but knows what he has to do. Does not want to fall down to 0-1. And over on game 1, we already see Pyro winning this thing.
Yeah.
All right, it was a test. Never mind. This is why I don't look to my right sometimes. All right, now they're getting ready. They had to make sure settings were correct, which is good. I didn't want to miss that game.
And Leanne going up 3 stocks to 1 in this top 8 matchup. Now this is not usual to see out of Gavin. Gavin normally dominates everything that he plays.
Yeah, so just seeing how good the skill level is in these top 8 matchups. We're seeing some amazing players. People that I don't know if I could get 1 hit on if I played any of these people. Like, I'd get 3 stocks and they'd have 0 damage. That is how good all 8 of these players are.
Yeah.
We are seeing that showcased.
Yeah, I mean, it's like this team against the worst team.
Yeah.
We don't want to see that.
Yeah, it feels like all 8 of these games are just super close. That is how good the power is. And there we go.
Oh, and a 3-stock win!
A 3-stock win of Leanne over Gavin. Completely unexpected, but Gavin gonna try to bounce back from this one.
And Ferd, we have a chance to see another 3-stock.
Yeah, these round of 8, we've seen quite a few of them. Already 3-1 in this game over here between Kyler and Micah.
Except it's not a 3-0 there.
Yeah. So no, not a 3-stock in this game, but was 3-1. Let's see how our players respond. Yep, Injustice suspected. Both Gavin and Leanne staying with their characters of Wolf and Wii Fit Trainer going into their second game.
We'll see how that matchup is going at the end of this round.
Coming back, oh, not tight enough. There we go. We see the first game.
That's Micah.
Micah taking that first one? Yeah, Micah takes that first one from Kyler. Let's hop back over to game 4 between Gavin and Leanne. Gavin already down the stock in this one. But doing everything he can back against the wall to stay in this tournament.
Again, Gavin started off hot, but Leanne just took that first stock, and I just don't know how it happened.
Looking for a bounce back here is Gavin. Leanne just looking to continue her roll through this tournament. can't quite get Wii Fit Trainer off the stage. Looking for a stock here, trying to even the score.
This is so similar to game 1 between Gavin and Leanne, where Gavin gets up so high percentage in the second stock that I don't know if he'll be able to get back on this.
Yeah, but again, we've seen him in these situations of high risk, takes the stock there.
He's not down.
Yeah, his first one in this round, so that might be what he needed to get his momentum. Come back and put it in there. A perfectly executed soccer ball to Sunbeam there, just on that ledge guard. Gavin down to his final stock, potentially, of the tournament.
Yeah, Gavin was just trying to mix up how he got up, and Leanne just predicted it immediately. Like, just had decided that just wasn't going to happen. Yeah.
He's able to land a nice hit there, but still, she is racking up damage quickly.
Leanne up 2-1. Leanne makes changes the get up, and Gavin does not get hit off on that ledge guard. But a nice hit there.
They're again doing everything he can with his back up against the wall, leaving nothing out there. You don't want to have any regrets, even with a loss walking away from the game. Can he get this thing even? It's not looking great, but he might be able to get this next stock, able to avoid the Sunbeam.
Not what you want to see, and a nice reflector.
There we see Wii Fit Trainer looking right at us.
They're on the
Had
final
one
stock over here on Group 4. Gavin trying to stay alive. Leanne looking to put him away.
Can we surmount this, what seems to be improbable comeback on Wii Fit Trainer?
Gavin gonna have to do the impossible here. Gets a couple hits. Leanne though gets
able to get back on the stage. Oh, able to send that back, not able to make contact. Oh,
nice
just
move
gets
from Gavin
through.
to do a double jump instead of jumping and attacking.
Turns it around.
And Leanne takes that.
Oh, and in game
2-0.
one, we just see a finish as well. And Micah takes that one. Kyler taken out by Micah. So both Micah and Leanne
Moving on to the top 4.
Yeah. All right. All right, everybody give it up for all of our top 8 contestants.
They did a great job competing. We love to see the competition from every single competitor. Now, anyone in the top 8, make sure you do not leave because we got prizes for you. They did get a prize here today.
Everyone that made it to that round does win a prize. But now, it's the Final Four. One of the most advertised events that there is in sports is the Final Four. And we have our very own here today.
The Final Four. These are the elite competitors in the Focus Cup number 2. It's all coming down to this, Ferg.
Yeah, this one moment may not define their life, but it'll define their night tonight.
That's for sure. Now, we're going to get started right away as soon as we get these matches. Our first matchup is going to be Joshua Keller versus Micah H. They're going to be on game 4 over there. Game 4.
Josh and Micah are going to be over there, which means
Leanne and Cooper, the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed, facing off over at Group 1. Give it up for a top 4 competitor!
I wish I could pretend to be excited.
Now, they're going to be getting their controllers set and ready.
Just grab somebody. All right, so as they're getting ready, we feel like it's time to interview somebody. So we're talking about that, figuring out our interview questions.
Interview. We got, raise your hand if you want to be interviewed. We want to know from the audience interview. Okay, Bradley, come on up. Come on up, Bradley. Come on up.
All right, everybody give a big old round of applause for Radley.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right, Radley, top 16, how did it feel?
It felt
It felt pretty good. I beat my brothers.
You beat your brothers. Was that your main goal coming into the tournament tonight? Was beating your brothers?
Yes,
Yeah. And are you going to hold it over them for like the rest of your life?
absolutely.
Anything specific you want to say to specifically your brothers?
Ryden, you got a skill issue. Regan, you're fine. Brandon, he's here.
He's here. Yes. Remember, Radley is the youngest of the brothers, and he's talking trash. So good luck with that tonight. They do know where you live. Would you like to apologize, or are you gonna hold strong to what you just said?
Sorry, guys. Don't do anything.
All right, Radley, last tournament you didn't quite make it into the final cut for the play-in, but this time you did make the final 16. Do you think that you've improved in that space? And if you think that you have, what would you like to say to anybody that may not quite have been good enough at first, but what do you want to say to those people?
Well, the
Answer quick.
The improvements definitely came from I did a lot of practicing with my brothers and just played a lot. So,
Awesome. All right, get out of here. Everyone, give it up for Radley. All right, we've got our first Final Four matchup going on. This is the game between Josh and Micah. Josh and Micah already in the game. Wow! Josh taking a quick stock from Micah.
Now we definitely have a fan favorite in Joshua Keller. Remember, he plays runner-up at the last tournament. He's going to take it all this time.
They're yelling out moves to use that I've never heard of. Is that bad?
No, it's hero. I mean,
Whoa.
oh, that's a nice hit. Like even whether or not he actually gets a stock off there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of percentage that Joshua Keller.
Yeah, and we did see him lose a stock there. We did see Micah able to get a stock from Josh in this game. So we're gonna see what we can do here. This is a great matchup. The other matchup has started now as well between Cooper and Leanne over on game one. We'll be going back and forth between these as we see how they play.
Now, if you're wanting to see how all the competitors got to this situation, remember, go to start.tv/focus-cup-2. And that'll have everything from the standings, tiebreakers, and how.
Oh, there we go. We see Josh taking one, but Josh lost one. That's what I meant to say. There we go. Now we're tied at 1. I was just right there.
They are on the third stock there of their first game. Remember, this is again a best 2 out of 3 in this semifinals. We're trying to see who will be the ultimate victor in this tournament.
Yeah, we could see either Josh or Micah taking this one. This game is close. Josh with a little bit of a lead up on this third stock. Gets hit some there, though. Just comes out of nowhere on the top of the screen. That's a really weird thing.
Yeah, that's Hero Zoom. Definitely.
And in game 1, we do see Cooper losing the first stock in that game.
So Leanne with the advantage in that game. Joshua Keller with the advantage in this one.
Not by much, though. This game could still go either way. With both of them
Nice
being on their
grab
last
and
stock.
throw. Oh. Gets taken out! Oh, but he stays alive! Will he recover? He recovers! He recovers! It's 100%!
Wow, I
This is
thought
getting
that was
heated
game.
over at Cube 4.
Wow. All right,
nice
let's
hit,
see if he
Joshua
can
Keller
build
there.
off that or if it just wasn't enough. That was
That's got to be
incredible
devastating. You
comeback.
expect to win there!
Josh
but
takes
Joshua
it.
Keller takes the first game
Takes
in
game
such
one.
a close
All right,
matchup.
over here, Cooper and Leanne, they're
Wow.
both down 2 stocks over here, both losing their first stock. Leanne with the advantage on this stock at 112 damage dealt to 0.
Oh yeah, this is definitely in Leanne's hands here, but it can really go either way as if Cooper's able to get some attack here, getting more percentage.
We'll see if Cooper's able to come back. Leanne has had a significant advantage in all of her matchups so far. Cooper looking to change that, but there he goes out on his second stock. Let's see how he responds.
A nice grab. Should be able to cover here though. We see, I mean, it's just a great match. When you have a character that you love and you take to every single competition you go to, you're expecting to do great things. And you're going to know how to recover in these matchups when it's down to the wire.
Yeah, and that's what this game might be. We're gonna see if Cooper can come back, get Leanne for this last stock here and tie it up at 1, and then we can see what happens. But Leanne with the advantage here. Her Wii Fit Trainer not going away from Wii Fit Trainer and able to get this far and still in the lead in this round of 4.
Cooper just trying to do some ledge guarding. I mean, he's always able to respond. Nice shields, holds it for the right amount of time. Definitely seeing some good gameplay here.
Yeah, Leanne not wanting to give up an inch, refusing to take much damage, getting some hits off the edge. Almost makes that hit, able to get on the edge.
A nice hit from Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper knowing what he needs to do.
Joshua loses his first stock in the other game.
All right, Joshua down 3-2. Cooper just not able to make that hit, able to get that one.
Cooper
There
with
it
the
is.
spike.
Takes the stock, but was it too little, too late in this first game, or will we see a comeback?
Yeah, Leanne has all the advantage in this last stock, just bouncing around.
Oh, and there we see in the other game, tied at 2 now.
Definitely trying to get another spike off. Cooper, we've seen him do it before, but will he do it again?
Yeah, but he's down 152 damage on
Oh,
this
and
stock.
that's gotta hurt.
170. One big hit on Cooper, and this game is over.
Oh,
There it is.
that's that. That's the
Leanne
first
takes
game.
it. All right, we see that game go to Leanne. Moving over to the other game. We're in the second game. Josh loses that stock. Micah up 2 stocks to 1, and barely has any damage on this stock.
Yeah, Joshua Keller's gonna have to come back here in order to take this game. I mean, he's been in this situation before. I mean, it almost feels like he wants to go 1-1.
Yeah, it seems like his MO. We've seen him in game 3s. We've seen him in game 5s. I think he just likes playing the game.
The more games, the better for him.
Yeah, but Micah looking to win this one and win game 3 to end the streak of Josh Keller going to these final games and winning them. Some nice hits there, going back and forth on these. Micah taking a bigger lead than he had. Gets another hit here.
In this situation, Joshua Kellers might not be trying to win, just trying to get that momentum going to
Yeah,
get
just trying to get some hits, get some confidence. That's what these things are about, momentum and confidence. Why is he tiny? I have never seen that in my life. Oh, it didn't matter. Big, small. Micah takes game 2. Going to game 3.
That's another game 3 for Joshua Keller. Every single one of his top 16 matchups in this tournament and the last tournament. Going into game 3.
Oh, wow. There we go. Cooper taking the first stock from Leanne in this game.
Wow.
I think that is the first time we've seen Leanne lose the first stock in one of her games.
Yeah, this is definitely a momentum changer for Cooper. Cooper has to not fall here, though.
He knows his back is up against the wall. He knows he's got to win this game. Force game 3. Leanne knows that there's some room to work with, but doesn't want to risk that game 3. And as you can hear from the crowd, Josh took the first stock in game 1 over Micah. Game 3 of game 4. Oh, there we go, Leanne quickly
answer
tying
back.
this game up.
It's 2 stocks to 2 there. Joshua with a 3 stock to 2 stock advantage over Micah. Then we got crowd cheering for both of them in that matchup.
All right, we still got this game going on over here with Leanne and Cooper. Cooper still got a lead. That game over there is now tied with Josh losing his first stock.
Now we're just gonna have to see which match is getting closer at the end here.
You know, I want to be able to watch all of it. Oh, there we go. Cooper taking the second
Another early stock and Joshua
Josh
Keller.
taking the second stock. Oh my goodness.
This is crazy, guys.
There is so
great
much happening.
matchups happening. Now, since that's game,
Yeah, we gotta go over to game 4. Watch
Guys, this is
that one.
game 3 to get into the semifinals. Make some noise for the competitors at game 4.
All right, this game is going to go down to the wire. Josh up. Whoever wins this game is in the finals.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to be, where you want to be. If you're Joshua Keller, you might have made it 1-1, but that's exactly where you wanted to be. Going to this game 3, he's got the advantage, gets
That's
the
a
hit
nice
over
hit.
100%.
Can he finish? It all comes down to these next couple of hits.
Nice. hit.
Micah needing to pull something out of his hat right here and make something happen.
Micah, he's got to get this stock.
No way! There it is. Joshua Keller. Josh is moving on to the finals.
Joshua Keller in another finals of Focus Cup number 2.
All right.
Wow.
Now we've got Leanne and Cooper. Cooper with a significant advantage in this game. Leanne down to the last stock. Oh, here we go, 1-1, but Leanne at 113 damage.
This is game 2, so it can't.
All right, Cooper with an immediate strike.
If Cooper wins,
There it is.
Cooper's got.
All right.
Okay, it is 1-1.
Cooper wins.
We're going to
We go to
game
game
3 in our
three.
final matchup of the top 4.
All right, this game is going to be intense. 2 extremely close matchups pulling us into game 3. Let's see what happens.
Wow.
That was fun to watch. That was exciting. They're both getting prepped. Both of them brought their water up with them. Taking a second. They need some time to breathe after that game.
Yeah. And after going 1-1, like both of you lost a match, both of you won a match. Like you're an even ground now. This is where it gets really competitive. Now, I do want to shout out Micah there for a great performance, getting top 4 in this tournament. Let's give it up for Micah. Great performance against Joshua Keller, but Keller just too much there. Now,
right, here
game
we
1
go.
getting started, group 1.
Right, it's Pirate and Mithra versus Wii Fit Trainer. As we've come to know is Leanne's MO. We will always see Wii Fit Trainer over there. Starting off incredibly strong as Leanne.
After losing that last game, Leanne does not want to lose a stock here.
And there's some gameplay strategy that goes into that too. If you see you might lose a game, you play differently so they expect something else out of you and you go into game 3 playing your best.
Yeah, I mean, Smash at its top levels, like both people are so mechanically gifted and so good at the game that they're just playing mind games here. It comes more like a chess match and what are your character's abilities? What are you going to do next? How are you going to get up from that ledge? What is the mix-up?
Yeah, and Cooper fell behind pretty early in this game, but he's gotten some significant damage back in this one. Still behind, gets another nice hit there, sends Wii Fit Trainer flying.
This is game 3. Cooper knows what's on the line, but Leanne knows that too.
Ooh, gets some nice
hit.
stuff there.
Both over 100%.
Yeah, this first stock could go either way. Still a little bit of an advantage to Leanne, but even if we see one take the first stock, able to stay. That was a nice and very significant hit for Cooper.
Wow.
Couldn't quite get that. Looking for more. Gets another hit. This is neck and neck here on
Both
the
over
first stock.
140%. This game, whoever loses the stock here, it might not matter if they're able to respond immediately. Cooper with a nice hit, but on the wrong side of the stage for that to be a knockout.
Yeah. Man, even on stock number 1, neither one of them were moving away. There we go. Leanne takes the first one from Cooper, but we might see a very quick response the way this game is going.
Oh, and a nice.
Yeah, and there it is. First hit
0%,
afterwards, ties it up.
2 stock going into this
And
game
you know
3.
what? I think we're going to go into the third stock the exact same way. I think we're going to see it within 10 damage starting out on that third stock. We're going to see back-to-back. This is going to be another one that's just back and forth, hit for hit. We were already seeing it here.
Now let's give it up for the gameplay of these competitors. It's just so top level. They're trying their best, and it is showing in this matchup.
Yeah, this is an insane game. Game 3, winner takes all, going to face Josh in the finals.
Cooper able to hit that big sword. Oh, and that is
Yeah,
dangerous.
Cooper takes the lead now with these last couple of hits. Gets the spike, still able to respond and get back where they can.
It knows how to DI.
Yeah, they're both still here.
It was exactly what to do in order to stay alive in those hits.
And get back again. Just the recoveries are insane. Nowhere to be seen and then right back up on the stage. Cooper taking the lead. There it is.
That's an
Leanne
advantage
losing the
there.
second stock.
That is the last stock for Leanne, but
Now we need to
almost
see
gets
the
that
response.
knockout.
What did I tell you?
What
did I tell you?
This is the last stock for both competitors. It's game 3. Whoever wins this gets into the grand finals. Let's make some noise!
All right, again on this stock, Cooper taking the lead, but we know anybody can win this thing. You saw all of these stocks start at 0-0. It's basically a one-stock game at this point.
The
This is
spikes,
crazy.
the techs, the DIs, the throwables. It's just crazy.
And the mental response to all of these things. Getting hit hard, losing a stock, and having the wits about them to respond and take them stock immediately back.
The pressure on both competitors is at its highest. You're going into the grand finals if you win this match.
Oh, it is out of there! It is Cooper!
Pyro.
Did our best.
Nice one, Pyra!
Let's give it up for Lee. Yeah! Top 4 finish. Amazing gameplay in the semifinals. Man, I did not expect this close of matchups going to the grand finals. 2-1 in both matchups down to the wire. Yeah, I mean, the recoveries were there. You see multiple hits that should kill that just worked. And they kept on moving on, going on to that next level, taking their gameplay up. Now, I hope we are able to see those competitors again in another matchup. Now, let's give it up for Mike and Leanne one more time for getting top 4. Great job to those competitors. We love to see that.
All right, but now it's time. We're going to find out who the grand champion of Focus Cup #2 is in just a moment.
Yeah. Now, we saw Joshua Keller take his match 2-1 over Mike, and he went up 1-0. And obviously, we have to hear that he's dropping that second match. Yeah, it makes it close no matter what it is. It still wins 3 spots a lot of the time, right?
And then on the other end, we see Cooper shut down the game. Leanne takes that first game from him. Looks like that second game is he comes back in game 2, wins that, and then with one of the greatest finishes to a game we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you want to see going into a grand finals. 2 of the best competitors. Now, it's crazy because Cooper was the 3rd seed. Joshua Keller in this match, in this turn, was the 7th seed going to this one. So, I mean, it's still going to be such a great matchup. Now, this grand finals first is a best 3 out of 5. Now, tell me, is there any difference between a best 3 out of 5 and a best 2 out of 3 matchup? Is that mentally a mental thing for them?
Focus Cup #1 and see how that finals off to a grand final starting. We saw that finals. Gavin took that. He took the first 2 games out of that. If we were just doing 2 out of 3, Gavin wins it already right there. But we played 3 out of 5. Josh Cannon wins game 3 and 4, but then is not able to pull it off in winning game 5. So what we know is you can take 2-0 lead and this game 3 out of 5. It's as good as you've done for the other person. It's possible, but it's not likely that you're coming back to winning 3 in a row after losing 2.
Yeah, but it's exactly. We want to get the best out of these competitors. So, you know what? I think it's time to start this match, Berg.
Let's do it. You guys, Josh, Cooper, y'all
Yeah, guys, this is twice as big of a tournament as the last Focus Cup. Focus Cup #1, we had 20 competitors competing. In this tournament, we had 40 competitors competing in this tournament. So with double the amount of competitors, we still see Joshua Keller making the grand finals. And with those numbers, like your chances are so much lower. What does that say about Joshua Keller's gameplay?
Yeah, he came from a different path each time. He went from being the 2 seed in the last one or the 1 seed. He was the top 2 seed in our first tournament. He's only the 7th seed in this tournament. But both times, he crawled his way back to more competition and gets into these finals. Now, he's playing different people. He's going into this different one. But we can see him in this final, getting ready to play against one of the other, this other competitor, Cooper. It's his first time competing in this cup, and he also made it into the finals as well. So we're almost ready to get into the action. Cooper, Josh, you guys ready? All right. So we're about to get it started. We've got the chat. If you're in the Twitch chat, let us know who you want to win. But it's time for our finals. So here we go. In our finals, between Cooper and Josh.
Right here.
You know what? That was a great tournament.
That was such a good tournament that I think we should never do one again and end it on that.
Never do another tournament.
Yeah, I think
I think they do. We never do another
You guys
tournament.
agree that never do this again? I think they want another one.
Do you guys want another Focus Cup? Wow. Now,
I see it. I see it. Alright, so.
wow, guys. And congratulations to all of our competitors. We got our best in elementary, we had our best in middle school making to the top 16. We had our top 16 bracket, which, I mean, we had great matches throughout the whole time.
Most importantly, we had 40 people show up to this tournament. Over 20 new faces. Some people that got to come out and have a lot of fun. We got to see some amazing gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what we want. We want that competition. We hope you guys have tons of fun, whether you're competing or watching. We're so glad that you guys made it out for Focus Cup number 2.
And with that, I think we're done.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you at the next Focus